It always says you are live, and you're never actually live. It's like,
Oh, really?
yeah. It seems to. It's always. It just hangs around for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But let us know down in the comments if you can see and hear us.
I think it's going.
Are we away? Yes, we're away. Right, let me have a quick look. Ellie's just popped off because something's just happened in the house, so she'll be back in a minute. So, hi, Happy Ant. Hey, Derek. Hey, Chaz. Hey, Chris. Hey, Harry. Hey, Johan. Hey, Dee. Hey, Greg. Hey, Leah. Hey, Russell. Hey, Reese. Hey, Nana's got bags of inverts and reptiles. Lizzie. Hey, Chris. I think that's just about everybody. Hey, Leslie. Hopefully we've just said hello to just about everybody in the chat. Hey, Robbie. Hey, Cluis. My word. So, just see if anybody else wants to say a quick hello so we get them all in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Disguise Music.
I made it.
What happened, Ellie?
Well, I was setting everything up, and then the cat decided it was going to throw up. So that's what I was doing to get on stream to go and deal with a cat.
That is one of the many reasons I don't have cats.
Cats are great.
Oh.
You get it. Eat their sick when they throw up. Eat their poo when they throw up.
Derek, thank you so much. Hi, Lewis.
Hi, everybody.
Derek's just put $10 onto it. He's already a channel member as well. It's awesome, man. All donations do go straight back into the channel.
We're supposed to take a
OnlyFans, Scott.
Hey, I haven't got OnlyFans yet. If we've got to move as quick as I think we've got to move, then I'm going to start OnlyFans pretty quick. Right then, Jim, how long have you been keeping what you're keeping? What got you into it all?
Oh my god, that's a loaded question. I am 22 now, so I'm only a
youngster,
young'un. I started keeping reptiles when I was 8. Well, I should say I started keeping reptiles on my own when I was 8. Obviously, when you're younger, you have parents and things to sort of make sure you're not killing things.
Thank you, Chris.
But I've always been into dinosaurs, like many people are. So obviously, I got into my reptiles fairly young. So yeah, 8 years old, bearded dragon, 2 bearded dragons in the same enclosure. Obviously, that doesn't work out too well. However, that one of them had a problem, infection internally. So I had 1 bearded dragon, and then after that, just started getting everything till now. So now I have 2 sheds, animals filled in both. I've worked at a small zoo before, which is no longer going for various naughty reasons. And now I work in retail with animals and things. So there you go. That's it.
So you got the 2 sheds going?
I have the 2 sheds going. I have a 12-foot by 10-foot shed and a 20-foot by 10-foot shed, which I'm currently in now. In my front shed, I have my Tegu, who's in a a 10 by 6 enclosure. I have a fly river turtle in a 5 by 5 pond, and a couple of musks and a softshell turtle. And in this shed, I have a load of vivariums with various animals as well. So, yeah.
Ooh.
It's all moved in chat. So.
So fly river turtle.
Yep, fly river turtle. The only freshwater turtle to have some flippers compared to their sort of feet. Can be quite hard to come by. Some of them have come into the country fairly recently, legally.
Hold on one second. Can the moderators stop typing that, because it's not even 9 o'clock yet, and you know what I'm like. Thank you very, very much. Carry on, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, turtles. Yeah. I mean, I also have 2 ponds outside as well. I forgot to mention that. I have 2 ponds with some trichemi species, some cooters, so pseudemies, and map turtle as well. So a couple of different things. I have invertebrates, obviously. You know.
Did you say you just got them in an outside pond?
Yeah. I've got the yellow belly sliders. I've got the cooters and then a map turtle outside year round. You can do that all year round. They are some of those species are deemed as invasive in the UK, so you can't technically sell yellow belly sliders because they're deemed as an invasive species because they can survive all year round and they eat our native wildlife and our plants. As long as you have a deep enough pond for them to get down in the mud, it stays fairly warm, similar to how you keep koi and goldfish and things, so they can overwinter. And yeah, it needs to get really cold for them to sort of perish, which is quite easy.
So you don't look at heat in the pond or anything like that?
Nope, none of that. I mean, obviously, I have a pump in there which circulates the water around because it's technically 2 ponds connected. But that gives it a bit of heat, but generally no, it's perfectly fine. It's completely down to where the pond is. It gets sunlight, and when it gets really cold in winter, you don't want it to fluctuate in temperature too much. You don't want to heat it too much because then they'll be active and they might try and exit the water or anything like that. So yeah, they're perfectly fine. I mean, you can keep most of your turtles outside within reason. Like the more common ones, things like your musk turtles, you can keep outside all year round as well. Yeah.
My mate keeps musk turtles outside, but he brings them in the winter. One of my friends, he rescues like red-tail catfish and stuff like that because people never realise how the size of those things get up to. And he's got an outside heated pond, and the way he did it was he basically bought a second-hand jacuzzi and took the heater out of the jacuzzi, and then he's got a second one now as a backup in case that one fails.
Yeah, I mean that would cost a fortune to run. I mean, I know koi keepers sometimes heat their ponds, and that in itself is a small fortune. My shed itself is a bit expensive to run, but that's all insulated and everything. But yeah, no, most turtles you can keep outside perfectly fine. Musk turtles you definitely can. They're found throughout Florida up into North America in areas where it does get down colder than the UK from time to time. You just have to make sure they have the correct sort of environment because they can be quite tricky because they like to keep in sort of those muddy sort of embankments. So they either come out and bury down in the soil or they go down into the sort of mud. And the main thing you need for them is because they're not strong swimmers, you need for when they wake up, they need to climb out quite easily. And if you have, say, a preform pond or a liner, it can be quite slippery, which is why I haven't got them out there at the minute.
So you just basically need a kind of embankment there.
Yeah, you need almost like a swampy bog where they can get down quite low, but then walk up really easily. That's all you need for them. But yeah, and then make sure they don't come out as well.
How do you heat your sheds?
In
here, I've got one oil fill radiator and that works, but this is inside a house.
Yeah, I have 2 oil fill radiators. They're the plug-in electric ones, which I think are oil filled in the back shed, and then in the front shed I have 1, which just about does it. The front shed does get quite cold, which is why I chose those animals to be in that shed. things like the Chinese softshell and the musk turtles come from cooler climates, so they can withstand that cold. The Fly River has heaters in its pond, and then the Tegu can, for all intents and purposes, dig down and brumate if it really does get quite cold, which they do in Florida and places like that. So he's fine, and he also has a heat bulb that's on, so he's fine there.
So he's got a nice basking spot as well.
He has 3 bulbs. He's like the boss guy have. They have 3 bulbs. He has mercury vapors, and then the middle one is a ceramic heat emitter, which I leave on overnight. So if it does get really cold, he can just go and sit on that. But he's fine. He doesn't really care. And it's the same for the boss as well. Yeah.
I like the ceramics for that's kind of background heat.
Yeah, they're the emergency backup. I don't like using those really, apart from that sort of use. I mean, I used to have them in a lot of cages, and I always touched them by accident, and you know, you have like skin melting off you and big holes. But yeah, now I tend to just use halogens, mercury vapors, and then the occasional, you know, the normal heat bulbs if I run out of the halogens and they break, which I've got a couple in at the minute. Yeah.
What I've got behind you?
So this one's the carpet python. It's a 6 foot tall, 6 foot long, and then 4 foot deep. I originally built it as 2 cages, 2 6-foot cages. However, the plywood kind of rotted really quickly, so I just punched it out and gave him a larger enclosure rather than having to redo the wood. I'll pull him out for you, or actually I'll just show you him because I can go portable here. Here we go. How do I flip the camera? Ignore the ceiling. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Is it going? There we go. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. So yeah. So here he is. Here he is there. So this is Bob. He's a carpet python. I believe he's most likely a coastal, but he was bought at some pet shop, so you never know. There'll be some random genetics thrown in there from different localities. But as you can see, it's just got some fake plants, loads of branches, and it's 6 foot deep. What I wanted to do with the carpet python was offer loads of different sort of perching branches, because you see with things like your well, let's give an example, a green tree python, they like to sort of sit on those sort of vertical branches similar to what he's doing now. Or sort of horizontal branches, I don't know. Whereas these guys sometimes like to sit point to point on different branches using their body, which he will do, you know, with the thinner branches and everything. He also has UV lighting in here, which helps with his coloration. It gives him a nice bit of iridescence, and he does use it as well. He's doing all right. He's a big male. Nowhere near fully grown though. So that's him there.
He's awesome.
He's good. I don't know how old he is anymore. I've had him for must have got him back in 2014 probably. So I don't know how long it is. 8 years, I think. Is that right? Bad maths.
14, 15. Yeah, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. So he's probably around 8, 9, because he was probably a yearling when I got him. He just came out of shed, so he's a bit angry because he hasn't been fed in a while. So that's him in this one. And then the other one that's behind me, close that off, is this same dimensions. And this one's for my Chinese water dragon and my tortoises, which are down there. And the Chinese water dragon's over there. I don't know if you can see her. Oh, there's a wire. You see her back there? I don't know.
Just about, Jim. The problem is your phone's kind of
Oh, is it the Wi-Fi?
No, it's focusing in on the foreground, not getting right down to where the dragon is.
All right, I'll lean. I'll lean. Do you see her? She's not fun.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's an old girl. I used to breed them, so she's the mum of a lot of the babies that I produced for her. Her male, her partner died a long time ago. He fell and damaged his spinal cord, so I had to actually have him euthanized, sadly. But yeah, that's
That's
them,
quite
and I
common
also
with
have
them, isn't it?
Sorry.
That's quite common with water dragons, though, isn't it?
Yeah, if they get startled, they tend to dive bomb because obviously there's normally water underneath them, which is a plan. I'm planning to get a nice sort of water feature bit there in the corner for her. But they tend to jump, and normally they're fine. But if they hit something on the way down, it can cause them issues, which is why you don't want to keep them in big glass enclosures because they do slam themselves against them and they get nose rubbing and all other things like that. Teeth fall out. And yeah, I have 2 different basking spots, both mercury vapors, and also have a T5 running across the top, which probably doesn't do anything, to be honest, because it's so high up. But halogens, so not halogens, mercury vapors. Yeah, that's them. Over here. Excuse the dirty glass. There's one thing I don't like doing, and I know who is it? Dave's Beasties. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He keeps his enclosures immaculate when it comes to glass, which I don't do. I've worked with fish for ages, and I can't be asked to clean the glass. It's not going to affect the animal, so I don't mind it. But there's the ball python, raw python. And this is a 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide, 4 foot deep, or 3 foot wide, 4 foot deep enclosure. I recently set up for him. Yeah, he's all right.
He's beautiful.
He's okay. He's the first snake I got, so, and he was full grown when I got him from someone. So he's a bit beaten up and battered, but he must be going on. Well, I've had him for over 10 years, so he's probably about 15, 16 now. So he's still got a long way to go. But yeah, that's him, and he has a tendency to try and get out. You can push the glass sometimes and squeeze himself out. That's sort of ram something up to hold the glass. Yeah, that's all that's behind me. Like I said, this is a 20-foot shed, and back when I had 2012, 2013, when I was 12, 13, I used to have 4 or 5 times the amount of animals in my bedroom. So this is a big sort of downgrade, really. In this amount of space here, 3 animals. Well, not counting the tortoises, because they have an outside pen. Yeah.
Is that just purely because you focus on certain ones, or?
It's more. I felt bad for them. I mean, when I always feel this way whenever I get an animal. You look 10, 20 years ago, the care for a snake of any kind will be completely different to his now. And it's like even now with the UV lighting and everything, you get an animal thinking, oh yeah, I can keep it in this glass box or a wooden box, give it a heat lamp or a heat mat, and feed it a mouse or rat every once in a while, and it'll be fine. But then you get 10, 20 of them, and then you realize, oh no, they all should have UV light, or they can have UV light because it benefits them in some way. You can give them a 6 foot tall, 6 foot wide enclosure because they'll use it all and they'll love it. And it's like, well, I can't offer that if I have a couple hundred animals. So I sort of scaled back and focused in on some of the animals I have and am fond of, and I know I can offer them that care.
Makes
that's
sense.
what I've done. Yeah. But yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I like to see their behavior. That's something I focus on. Is just trying to get their behaviors out, the natural behaviors. I mean, I can keep going. I mean, I've got the bearded dragon here who's sleeping because it's 8 o'clock. Normally, I turn the lights off at 8, so most things are trying to have a nap. But this is actually 4 foot deep. It's kind of tricky to gauge it, but it's 2 foot wide by 4 foot deep. So it's sort of minimum sizes for a bearded dragon. But it's 3 foot tall, so I can give him a bit more height. But he's got UV in that, and he's just sleeping. It's very bare at the minute because I'm still working on this one.
Just chilling up there on that log.
Yeah, he's an RSPCA rescue.
What additional stuff are you gonna put in there?
Fake plants. You know, it's mainly for me, really. Ideally, I want to sort of hill it up like I've done with the leopard geckos, which is just underneath him. So he has more areas for him to dig, because these guys can dig really deep burrows. So I want to offer him some place to do that. But he's very sort of chill. He eats and poops and does bearded dragon things. Very basic animal. I say that. I wouldn't. If someone came to me and was like, "What animal should I get for a starter?" I wouldn't say bearded dragon, because they live too long and they just mean sometimes. But yeah,
I say you're right. Normally you see them kind of in a 4 foot wide, maybe 2 foot tall.
Yeah,
it's quite.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean he's probably about 2 foot up. I mean, it's nowhere near what he. I mean, I say needs. He can use. I mean, you go to Australia, they're up like trees. So, you know, trying to get some of that early morning sun. But yeah, I mean, technically he's about 5 foot off the ground because he's on the top enclosure. Yeah, he's all right.
But do you think, like, in Australia, they're up in the trees just purely so they can hit that sun as soon as they can?
Yes and no. I mean, probably, most likely, yes. It's but then it is a natural thing they're doing. That action of them climbing up that tree is using certain muscles and energy that in captivity they're not getting, which will lead to, you know, obese animals in some ways. And I just want to offer them any opportunity for them to do that. But obviously, this is nowhere near as tall as he can be. He's actually quite a skinny bearded dragon. When I got him from the RSPCA, he was really fat. He really is asleep there. Does not want to move. He's not dead, I don't think, but he'll be all right. Shall I wake him up? Come on.
He's like, no, dude. He's like, I've just fell asleep.
He's like, why are you here? It's nowhere near the time to wake up. Hey, yeah, well, yeah, that's him.
He's like, at least bring me food.
Yeah, he's looking for me. I've got a single. I mean, I'm not good at growing live plants, but I guess you could say this is a live planted enclosure because I've got a single blade of grass growing there. See that?
Well, that's fully bioactive. That is.
That is fully bioactive. Yeah, that is. But yeah, that's him. And then down here is this is the leopard gecko enclosure.
Is that a tunnel system you've built into it at the back there, or are they just
they're tunnels? No, they're tunnels. They're actually these things you can buy for cichlids. You know, Malawi and Tanganyikan cichlids. Yeah, and there's sort of multiple sort of entrance holes. And what I've done is, you know, as I piled up the dirt, I've buried, you know, 2 or 3 connecting each other. So that bottom one there, that goes backwards and then back forward again. So that's about 3 or 4 deep. That one there on the side is connected to one down underneath this rock here. That's also an entrance. And then that top one there also connects to a back one behind that plant. So because I have 2 leopard geckos in here, and normally, you know, you say that people freak out because leopard geckos are, you know, seen as this solitary animal, when in nature they have these huge communities of animals. And ideally, I'd have at least 3 in here, to be honest.
To be fair, I mean, I don't keep leopards, and I want, you know, but I have seen them kept singly. I've seen them kept in groups. And when they've kept in groups, there's always different types of information people tell you. So it wouldn't be something that I would do comfortably at the moment.
Yeah,
I think I'm sure Richard Northern Exotics does.
Yeah, he's done it in the past, but mainly for breeding.
For breeding, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I used to breed these guys before. I've kept loads together. Typically, it's like a lot of animals. If you keep a load of them together, that aggression gets distributed. 2 is a bit tricky, but as long as you have the right environment, the right size. I mean, this is again a 2 foot wide, 4 foot deep, 3 foot tall, and a lot of hiding areas. They should be fine. They like to establish their own territories. They also, I mean, all these hides have an exit and an entrance. So if there is a problem, there's always a place to get out, which is something as well. But I've never had any form of aggression linked with, I mean, these are both females, never form of aggression with these 2, apart from the occasional nipping at each other, which is a sign of dominance, which is a natural thing that they do in the wild, which you could argue is natural behavior and is a part of the animal welfare. Was it 5 needs or something like that? So yeah, there is benefits to it. There are drawbacks. If you're not experienced with leopard geckos or any reptiles really, and keeping animals together, I wouldn't do it. But I've been doing it for a while, and it seems to be working quite well. Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I think it would be a case of, if they're seen together communally in the wild, then yeah, try it, you know, in a viv. But if they're not communally in the wild, then, you know, for me personally, I wouldn't in a viv.
Exactly.
Leopard geckos are seen together in the wild, obviously.
Yeah, they are primarily seen living together in groups. Well, I say living in groups. They're found throughout sort of the same sort of territory, sharing the same territories. They go out hunting almost together, you know, in the same sort of times. They come in contact with each other all the time. They have, you know, scent glands. So what do they do with those scent glands, or what they call them? The bits underneath their back legs. They use those to scent their areas, so other leopard geckos can smell that and scent too. It's a form of communication. So you know, it's very easy to offer an animal enrichment if you've got multiple in the enclosure, because they work off each other. But you, like you said, you need to be on it, and you need to know what you're looking at. But when again, leopard geckos are not exactly going to take your hand off, but still they can hurt each other if they really wanted to. Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, I've been bitten by a tegu before, and that sucks. So,
my Euro's nearly got me, and the way he smashed his hissers, it's like, yeah, that's the crushing power is going to hurt.
Yeah. I had the tegu bite my knuckle from it's difficult to say, from that side of my hand up and down, so his teeth went into my knuckle, and that really didn't do too good. Yeah, so this is a bit of a mess. I just put some new soil in for this enclosure. There's a lot of fake plants.
What's in there?
So this is Lulu, my common boa, imperata.
And she's come along and gone, well, thanks, Jim, for putting some new soil in and some plants, but I'd like to rearrange it like this, thanks.
She does. She flattens it all. She's a rescue. I don't know if, I mean, I've mentioned it before to people about her. She's now 8 foot. When I got her, she was about 5. She was not even half the normal weight for an animal that length. Her lungs are underdeveloped. from the people who kept her before. They kept her in a 4 foot by 1 foot with a male. She's a female. A heat mat. She was riddled with snake mites. Just not in good shape whatsoever. She was on death's door basically, and I had to hand feed her tiny pinky mice with medication in it, like little pills, to get her to keep going. And then now she's doing fine. I've had her for a couple of years now, and I mean, she has the occasional head wobble, like she starts twirling her head. There's her head there. Yeah, but she's all right. She's kind of trying to look like chunky, but she hasn't eaten about 3 or 4 weeks, so she can't be that. Oh, there you go. There's a normal self. I can pull her out in a minute once I go through everything, but she's kind of wrapped around her big log at the minute, so it's going to be a bit of a pain. You can see there's some form of mold there along that back wall.
Yeah,
it's a pain. I haven't figured out a way to get rid of it. I've even added fans to the tops. I've got 2 of them running at the minute to sort of blow air in, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. But I mean, these guys like it quite humid, so when it comes to humidity and warmth, you're going to get mold of some description, and it's generally not too bad for the animals, really. It's just sort of a bit unsightly. But yeah, that's her. Same thing again, UV light, heat bulb.
She does look like a big snake.
She's good. I mean, she's not a giant like a retic or a berm. She's just a good size imperator or imperator, depending how you say it. I mean, you can see there her muscle sort of growth isn't the best because her lungs aren't fully developed. So if she gets too active, she starts looping and corkscrewing and showing these weird sort of stereotypical behaviors, I guess. Whereas, which is why sometimes her muscles don't grow properly, because the oxygen levels, and she doesn't move around a lot. But she does climb when she wants to. It's when I start messing around with her, she might start doing weird stuff. But yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah. Close that off. And down here, we have a sleeping monitor over there. We'll try and call him over.
Which one's that?
So this is my Bosque. You know, Richard has a Bosque.
Oh, yeah. Leah from Unusual Pets, she's got a Bosque as well.
Yeah. And a stray hissing cockroach there on the glass.
We all get those.
Come here, you. Oh, he's off. Okay. So there he is. So this is my Bosque. I've had him for a while now. I think I got him just around the same time as Richard got his, maybe a couple months before. He doesn't know what's going on. Normally he runs over to the glass for food, but he doesn't know why I'm doing this. But you can see there's the three lights there. Normally there's another halogen, but it went out yesterday. So yeah, and he's kind of, it's annoying because he's not showing off his amazing physique. Come here.
They never do what you want them to do they? Yeah, as soon as you go off the live, he'll be out and about, tapping the glass, looking at you.
100%. But this is an 8x4 enclosure. There we go.
Yeah, Unusual Pets. She's literally just about to build a new one for her, she says.
Yeah. They do like a big enclosure. They're very active. And right, if he stretches out, I'll be like, oh, sorry, fella. But you can see he's not the biggest.
Gorgeous.
He's all right. He was one of the captive farmed ones, so he's not captive bred. And he's going to puff up now. But
what's typically what you want the captive farms and the captive bred?
So captive bred is when you have, you keep them in captivity, you have a male and female, you breed them in an enclosure, you hatch them out, you know, that sort of way. Captive farming, what it should be is that places in say Africa, for instance, or Asia, where some other species come from, but this guy's an African species. Oh, there you go. There's that walk with the stomach there. You see, it's raised off the ground.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So captive farmed is supposed to be where, you know, a farm has males and females. They put them together seasonally in sort of a large part of land, or a natural part of land they've sectioned off for these animals. They lay the eggs, they come and harvest them, they incubate them themselves, and then they hatch and then they send them off. What typically happens, now I can't speak specifically for Africa and the Bosque monitors, but I do know for a fact a lot of Asian captive farms, what they do, for example, with the field dragon, is they have the facility, but it's kind of a concrete facility. What they do is they go out and capture wild females that are carrying eggs from the wild. They chuck them in a concrete box filled with sand or soil. They wait for that female to lay the eggs. Then they kill and skin the female for food or whatever. And then they take the eggs and call that captive farming. Someone a couple years back went and did a study or a survey of all these different captive farmed places. And I think the survey, the majority of places didn't have males and females at the facilities. A lot of it was either just females on their own laying the eggs, or they just had just a load of babies where they've hatched them out. So it's one of those sort of things that's not regulated that well. And that's more Southeast Asia, places like that. But I can't speak for these guys specifically. Generally, these guys, it's more just big, large pieces of land, which is why they're so cheap, because not a lot of cost goes into feeding them and making sure they're alive and doing well.
So we went for Akis, a dwarf Akis, because
yes.
we ain't got the room for somewhat like a boss.
They are good. They're very intelligent. Like
highly.
Yeah.
Really surprised at how brainy the monitors actually are.
Oh yeah.
If you don't put an escape plan in on your Viv, they'll get out.
Yep.
Ours is very crafty, very cunning, and can hunt food like phenomenally well. If you put like Mario worms in,
all right,
he's not too impressed. If you put mealworms in, again, he's not overly impressed. If you put dubias in, he's not great. If you put a load of red runners in, he is absolutely off. He'll run around the enclosure, catching every single one of them and smashing them off. He really likes to hunt his prey down.
Yeah, well, it's enrichment for him, isn't it? It's good. They're like little velociraptors.
Especially with the neck.
Yeah, I mean, this guy knows how to slide his door open, and I'm wedging it at the minute with paper towel and kitchen roll and things, just so he doesn't open it all the time. See, he's smelling the air because I got a little.
Can one of the moderators, sorry, just put down Jim's channel into the comments, please?
Okay, no problem.
Come on. Doesn't know. Come here, you silly. There he goes. I normally feed with tongs, so he. There he goes.
You wouldn't think they'd jump either, would you?
No, yeah, they're good.
Keep them or anything like that. You would not realise they could jump that high.
Yeah, they're great jumpers, great swimmers. As you can tell by the tail, it's not tubular. It's sort of a flat, like almost like a water monitor. Not exactly like a water monitor because they're more aquatic. But these guys can swim, they can climb, they can jump, they can dig, they can run. Like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god! If they want to go, they go. They're insectivorous, so they'll eat anything that jumps around, and they're one of the only animals in Africa that eats millipedes, because the millipedes contain a toxin, I believe.
Yeah.
Where these guys aren't fussed about that. So this is one of my pride and joys, really, because he is sort of almost peak health. He's got that good sort of body weight, not a lot of fat around the gut, although he likes to sag it out every once in a while. A lot of it's due to posture. If you keep them moving around, they suck it in like we do. You know, if we work out, we're always sticking out. Yeah.
Do you let him have a run around the garden?
No.
In the summertime?
No. It's I don't think it gets too warm enough for these guys. I've let him out once when it was a really, really hot heat wave day, but he gets run around in the shed because I can keep that around 30 degrees. But these guys like it very warm and very humid. And if you take them out for too long and stuff, you know, that can be detrimental to the health, especially if they've eaten beforehand. You often see people with their bosks and they're like sleeping on their laps and things, and they're like, oh wow, it's so cuddly. That's them getting so cold that they're sitting on your body heat because they need that heat. So it's one of those things where I like to keep them in his enclosure. I get him out for enrichment in the shed where I can control the temperature. Outside is just a bit too risky. He gets too cold and he can bolt anywhere and he'll be gone. And I don't think the neighbors will like that with their kids around. But yeah, he's good.
That's why you see so many pictures of him resting on somebody and having a cuddle. Then it's basically he's wanting the body heat as opposed to actually wanting affection.
Exactly. You see that a lot with reptiles and especially with these guys is people like to anthropomorphize them. They like to give them those human emotions. You know, it's always cuddling up to me or it likes me. You know, yes, they are intelligent animals, but they're not going to cuddle up for you for warmth. They're just cold, and you can see a lot of the time because they become discolored and they go grayer when they're oh, you missed it. They get, you know, oh, hello.
That's a cute dog.
Yeah, and they do have a venom gland. Most monitors, I believe, do now. It's accepted that they have venom on their bottom jaw, similar to Komodos. It causes the blood to. What are you doing? Come here, you.
Komodo bacteria, isn't it? Bacteria in the
It originally was thought to be bacteria, but it was confirmed it's a venom in the jaw. It causes the well, maybe they might have some form of bacteria that helps with infections and things, but they have a venom in their bottom jaw that when they bite and chew on the animal, it stops the blood from clotting and things, so they bleed out. And it's similar to these guys. Most monitors, I believe, do have it in some way or another. But yeah. But nice thick base of the tail. He's a healthy boy. And he's also knocked over that. Yeah. So that's him. He's all right. I'm going to shut this off before he goes a bit mental.
He's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I think he's around 5 now. And, you know, typically the average bosk doesn't live past, 7 or so. And I think average wise, if you count all the really young ones that die. And a lot of the time you see full grown, bigger than him, around 3 years old, a lot of the time. So if you don't feed them any fatty foods and things and try and pound them with the food like people do with large snakes sometimes, they grow slower like this, similar to like you see in the wild, because they don't spend most of the time as gigantic balls of fat. They're up trees and underground. Yeah. They also estivate as well. For about 6 months of the year when it's really warm, they'll bury down, hide under the soil, and not eat anything. So that's something to consider. Yeah, that's him. Oh gosh. The millipede. One of the millipedes is out.
Oh, giant train.
Yeah, I mean these guys are getting really big. Really big. That's one of them. I have 3 in here. I think they're back there. I also keep some white tree frogs in with them.
They're awesome.
They can't eat them like other things.
No.
Of course, fake plants because I kill everything that grows. Oh, there's one there.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He is beautiful.
I hope is the video quality okay? I don't know if it's a bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, I don't know where the other one is. He was around here earlier, and I was sprinkling with water and everything. But yeah, well, I have two in here.
I think frogs in general are just ninjas. They can just blink and they've gone. They're hidden.
Yeah, these guys are very quick. They can be quite dumb. Some, they're known as dumpy frogs as well because they're quite sort of dumb looking. They sort of waddle around like Jabba the Hutt, and yeah, I don't know where he is, but this is a 90 by 90 Exoterra, UV. Yeah, I'll just keep some millipedes in there with them. Let's close that off. What's the chat doing? I haven't seen the chat in a while.
Yeah, this is all right. They're all chatting.
Anyway.
Anton wants to know if you've got any other arboreal animals.
I have.
Yeah, like the stream, everybody. That would be absolutely awesome. And then also remember to give Jim's Reptile Jungle a follow on YouTube. If one of their mods could just whack that back into the chat, that would be absolutely awesome.
All right, thank you. So this here is a pair of Moorish geckos. This can go terribly wrong because they're really quick, but they're arboreal. There's one back there. That's probably the male. They're like tokays. I think you have a tokay, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, they're like tokays, but like brown and from parts of Europe, I believe. I don't know too much about them, to be honest. They're a newer addition. Someone I knew from school ages ago had them and didn't want them anymore, so I just took them off their hands for them. They produced a baby that didn't make it, sadly, but hopefully I get some more. I don't see any others. Normally they're out this time of night.
I told you before. As soon as you want to video your animals, that they know. I believe they know, and they just run off and disappear.
There you go. I wouldn't normally handle them. In fact, this is the first time I've handled them in ages because they're very quick. But there is a Moorish gecko, also known as a crocodile gecko, because they have those sort of almost osteoderm-like scales on the back.
He's gorgeous. Reminds me of my dwarf sun gazers.
Yeah, they are very. It's the sort of pattern on the back, doesn't it? Yeah, like but they have similar jaw strength to a tokay.
Oh wow!
I think this is the female because the male is bigger than this. I don't know where he is though.
Anton says, are those in the same family as the tokays?
I'm not too sure. Probably similar, if not are. They are from sort of Europe, whereas tokays I think are Asian. So I think they're probably very similar. Same sort of care. Might be in the same family. Not sure. Don't know much about them, to be honest. But yeah, they are cool. But they're in one of those Exoterra. Was it 60 by 90? So it's all right. Does the job.
They're awesome.
Cool.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, everybody in chat wants a tokay.
Yeah, I love a tokay. That's what was going to go in there until someone messaged me about those, saying they wanted to get rid of them. Like the person needed a home for them, so I thought I'd just shove them in there. I was going to free roam them, but there's just not enough room really to offer UV light. Yeah.
What's in that
one? This is the tiger salamander.
Oh, stunning!
He's not full grown.
Is he? What's that behaviour? Is that just defence or?
He thinks I'm feeding him.
Like
he will just that's just food. He's already had an adult dubia roach today, so he shouldn't really need any food. You can see by his stomach. How I like to feed my animals is random food items randomly throughout the week or a couple months or so. The bigger the item, the longer the period between feedings. He's had a rather large feed, so he probably won't get another food item for another couple of days. He is, though, a growing boy, and he's like that, very food orientated. He's all right. He's good. I love these guys. They're great.
He's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I've got an axolotl as well, but he's up in my room, so he's like the land variation of them in some ways.
We had a fire-bellied salamander for about 2 years, but it was adult when we got him, and we don't know how old he was beforehand.
Is that the one with the yellow spots, the black and yellow ones?
Yeah, well, but yellowy orange, but then underneath they've got like markings of red on them.
Oh, well, the newts, the fire-bellied newts. Is that the one I'm thinking of? I don't know.
No, the fire-bellied salamander.
Oh, okay.
We've had the fire-bellied newts. I've had the fire-bellied toad.
Yes. Yeah. I've bred yellow-bellied toads, and I've kept fire-bellied newts, and yeah, they're good. I've also got a marbled newt as well, but
my friend had one.
Oh, right.
His son fell in love with them, so
yeah, they are good. I mean, amphibians are one of those things that a lot of people look over.
Ooh,
and, all they do is the frogs.
Are you breeding them, Leo?
Yeah, I need some of those. I love them. Look how fat he looks in there. Good Lord. I have a what's this? A Achatina marginata ovum. One of the African land snails in here. Very basic cage. She's been underground for a while, or she's been underground for a while. So I think she's sleeping. I think the cold sort of drier weather sort of took to her a bit different, so she's underground for a bit. But I've got some grass growing in here as well. You see that there?
Proactive.
Yeah, there you go. I do have some, normal wood lice kicking around in here as well. So, yeah, that's bioactive.
UK wood lice, or
yeah, just the bog standard stuff. Down here I have a cane toad. Very, very basic stuff. Very wet at the minute. I kind of overdid the water, but
they seem to, they don't seem to mind, do they? As long as there's a pool in there, the actual surrounding can be as wet as you like. They seem just to crack on.
They're super hardy. They can do really dry as well. I mean, they are invasive. I think it's a she, is back there. Just a minute. I'm trying to avoid handling her because she's a bit toxic, and you don't want to handle anything after her.
No, they've got their venom secretion glands, poison secretion glands, just behind their eyes, and it's like a white fluid that they push out. Yeah. But you would have to wash your hands after touching it. That's for sure.
Exactly. So I'm going to avoid that. Up here I've got some inverts, and I've got some more up there as well. This is where I put all my little stuff. I've got some slings in here, but you can't really see them. And these were the ones that I got sent accidentally when I ordered something else. So these are very sort of make do, very big for what's in them. But what they've done is sort of made little bits in there where they sort of are okay. So I'm just going to leave them like that for now. And when I get some actual proper pots similar to this thing here, I'll pop them in there. But till then,
what you got?
Do? Oh God, I wouldn't know off the top of my head. Like I said, they sent them accidentally, and they hide an Enclosures. What is that? That's something. Oh no, that's the calco. Oh right, hang on a minute. I don't know. Oh, hang on a minute. You can see her. Look at that. You see that? Can you make that out?
Yeah.
There's an Incy gold. What is that?
An Incy gold. Yeah,
that's quite cool. And then something else.
The Incy golds are a dwarf. They are a lovely spider.
Yeah, it's colourful. It's quite nice looking as a sling. But I really don't like getting slings because it's just too small.
I don't think anybody's a
Also,
fan.
yeah, I also have a was it a Nandu carpoensis? Is that right? In that back there?
Carapanensis, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And it's made a burrow right down below, and that's just an Exoterra sort of faunarium thing.
It's my Carapanensis. I had that as a sling, and it stayed like that way for I don't know about 6-7 months. Then it molted twice the size, and then four weeks later it molted out again into a small juvie. It literally hammered on the size.
Damn.
Pian says 9 p.m. boobies tits.
Oh, is it 9? Oh my god! There we go. Iron stripping.
Yeah, I like to try and just minimise the swearing and stuff like that till 9, just in case.
Yeah.
I think everybody that pops into the lives now knows that if you've got kids, probably best not to carry on listening past 9.
I also have 3 Heterometrus spinifer, scorplings I got from Venomous Visions recently. In these 3, there's one right there, but you can't really make it out buried down. But there are 3, and they're doing quite well.
Good old Tony.
Yeah. What am I trying to say? It's getting too late. I have never ordered from him before till fairly recently, and because I normally use the Spider Shop, and I was very, very impressed, to be honest, with the animal and how they were packed and everything. I'm really chuffed. I'm always looking on that site now just to see what there is. And then I've got a Scorpio Moorish in here, buried.
Yeah.
This one came from the Spider Shop, and it's very
the Israeli gold, is it? If I remember right.
Yeah. Very small, very, very small. This one, I think they're supposed to get bigger, but
no, they're only dwarfs.
Oh right, okay. Well, it's going to stay very, very small. Well, it's very, very small at the minute. But yeah, and then I've got some random false widows that I nicked from things when I move things. I've got 2 of those in there. They're doing well as well, to be honest.
All the animal keepers, if we find a false widow around and it's going to get thrown outside, it's like no, we'll put it in a pot.
I either cry or I smile when I see them, because it's either I'm cleaning an enclosure and there's thousands of egg sacs everywhere, or you've got the nice big females that you want to just keep. But there are 2 females left. Yeah. And I've got an Ethostigmus something or oh god, it's a centipede. What's it called?
E-trig.
Yes. Trignopodus. That's the one. Yeah, I've got one of them in here.
They're beautiful. Good start, centipede.
They are fantastic. We'll give
you a hell of a whack, but yeah.
I'm not going to get it out or anything, because I don't really want to bother it, and I don't handle them. No, exactly. And then up here I've got a Scolopendra dehani. Right up against the, that came from old Venomous Visions as well. I'm trying to find a torch or something, because he's literally right there. Oh man, I don't have anything to shine. I wonder if I can tilt this up. You can see that. No, hang on a minute. I'm going to just get it down so you can see him. That light. I don't know how to sex them. I don't even think. Can you? I don't know.
Yeah, you've got to knock them out with CO2, or you drown them. So my advice is just don't.
No,
because you have to go to the back of the centipede, and you have to push the genitals out to be able to tell if it's male or female.
Yeah,
they're not morphic at all.
Yeah, there she is there, looking quite comfy. I've gotten quite lucky. This one is very docile. It doesn't go for its food a lot. It eats it later on when I'm not here. which is kind of sad. But yeah, but it likes to sit right up against this glass a lot. Yeah, I think he's just sort of not happy on picking it up. But
he's just leading you
into
into a false sense of security.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've had these guys before, and
yeah,
they've been nasty. This one's been pleasant, so
Hmm.
you know. There we go. I'm trying to keep it in slightly more drier with a little water dish. I used to keep them quite moist, but after watching was it Dave's Beasties, he did it some way, and I'm going to try and mimic that because he seems to have quite good success.
Yeah, they don't like it dry. They do come from an area which is damp, that's for sure.
Yeah. And then I got some 3 female, or I believe female, Heterometra salinus. None of them are out.
The old Peter size.
Yeah.
Asian forests.
Yeah, none of them are out. And they're burrowed down. It sounds it's going to suck. A bit disappointing. I'm not going to get them out because they like to burrow, and I'm a bit worried that they try and molt, and I've just disturbed them, you know. So I'm going to leave them.
Don't worry. Most of my scorps just disappear.
Yeah.
They'll either go under something, or they go burrowing and get down again.
Yeah, they're yeah. I've also got this nice bit of cork bark here. Look at that. That's a lovely piece.
See you later, Disguise Music. Yeah, we're going on Sunday as well, so just come and grab us, say hello.
Oh, is that C's?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my LP. There.
Oh, gorgeous.
I think it's a female. Looks like a female. Big abdomen on it. And I've got some moss and things in there. I was hoping she would burrow behind this cork bark, but I don't think it's big enough for her, so I might have to redo that. But she's happy. She does okay.
Yeah, lift that cork bark up and start a little burrow off for her.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping she can fit down there, but no, I think she's a bit too fat for that now. Oh well, I'll do something else. But she's okay. She might, yeah, she's all right. But that's her.
I'm sure Ellie and Leah have just paired those up.
What, LPs?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then down here.
Babies.
Have you actually got babies now, Ellie?
It's still growing in the sack with Leah.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, there you go. That counts. This is my marble Newt enclosure. Trying to find him. I don't know where he is. He's probably... Yeah. No, that's not him. I'm just feeling around for him right now. I don't see him. No, he's hiding. But this is as close to bioactive as you're going to get with me, to be honest. It's been here for about a year now. And I've got something growing there. I don't know what it is. I think it's growing out the back of the enclosure now. It might actually be creeping Jenny, as in the pond plant.
Oh yeah,
I've got random weeds. Just
the moss is doing well.
Yeah, it is. I basically just got big old gravel and then a nice little bit of water for them, because they like to do that sort of change when it's breeding season, and they get these nice sort of fins, the males, which he is. So it's a shame I can't get him out. I don't know where he is. Oh, are you under here? Nope. He hides very well.
Do the fins get bigger during the breeding period then, and then?
Sorry?
The fins develop more in the breeding period then, or?
Yeah. So there we go. There he is.
Oh wow!
So you can see that orange line down the back, there-ish. I don't know if you can see that orange bit. That will grow. So say where my thumb is, I believe, and they get
Yeah.
nice and filled out. Their tails become more paddle-like when they're breeding, and then when they decide to go back to the land, they lose that, like he is now.
He is gorgeous.
He's good, yeah. They do get a bit bigger than that. Yeah, he's great.
How many have you got in there?
Just him, just the one. I'm planning on getting a couple more, but COVID hit just as I was about to get them, so I just never got around to it. That's him. Then I got my freezer. I'll show you that. Down here I've got my baby turtles. Here we have the alligator snapping turtle doing something weird. Here we go. It's like a little chicken nugget.
Don't they get quite a good size?
They get massive. One of the larger turtles, freshwater turtles.
What's the plan for when he gets manusive?
Well, they get say from shell length, they'll get around 3-4 feet. That will take between 20 to 50 years. I'm someone that likes to grow their animals slowly, so he will never reach full potential size with me. There is a alligator snapping turtle with musket holes from the Civil War in the shell, who's still alive today, I believe. So they will outlive me. So I need to find a girlfriend and get some kids. Oh, sorry, fella. Fairly soon. Because he's gonna definitely be around for a while. But within the next 10 to 20 years, he'll have an indoor pond similar to the fly river turtle. And the fly river turtles do get rather large as well, so he'll need a rather large enclosure. So the plan is probably to build a big old, have a shed just for turtles, really, and have a couple of ponds in there for them. I'm going to leave him there. Leave him there for now. You do see these guys showing off their mouth quite a lot. This one has done it before. I really try and avoid that, and you can see I just dropped him by accident, and he just really just wants to go and hide. That's something I found really different between these and say the common snapping turtles, which I have kept in the past. These guys just want to stick to their own. If you mess with them, they just want to hide. The common snappers will give you a good old bite if you start, poking them and stuff. Even though these are huge turtles when they get bigger. You're less likely to get bitten by one. Yeah, very boring pet for most of my life, I think.
No, I've watched on a couple of the American YouTubers, and their feeding response seems to be really, really aggressive.
Yeah. You see them poking popping melons in their mouth to chomp down on.
They can like live feed as well over there, though, can't they?
Yeah. They'll take fish down and things like that. I've got snails in here with the hope that he'll eat some of them. But he will take, mealworms, superworms, locusts, crickets, those sort of things. And hopefully when he gets a bit bigger, he'll be taking, fillets of fish and prawns, things like that. But yeah, it's just sort of acclimating.
Do you have to use supplements with the turtles, like calcium or D3 or?
Yeah. I have the powders and things. The tricky thing is with these is that you chuck it in water, it goes away. It just floats away. So
yeah,
the idea really is to feed them things like whole prawns and shrimp, and like with the snails, there's calcium in their shells. So if they digest that as well, they get calcium. You see, I think people like Nerd over in America, which I'm not going to compare and say that's how you should keep them, but he's kept them in drawers, I believe, big water sort of tubs and drawers. So they're very hardy, so they can withstand a lot of sort of different environments. But yeah,
I was just thinking, going back to your musk turtles, there's 2 in Coventry Canal that I know of.
Yeah, I was talking
I've
to
seen them, yeah.
a turtle rescue well, a while ago now, but they were talking about how, you know, they banned the sale of yellow belly sliders, red-eared sliders, you know, all the trichemi species, because they're large turtles that are noticeable in the wild. But things like the musks are very small. They bury down into the dirt. They stick to the bottom of the ponds and rivers. Not a lot of people notice those, especially out in the smaller bodies of water in the woods and things. So chances are there's loads of those out there. It's just no one really realizes they're there. It's a bit scary, but oh well. People just don't release their animals into the wild. Just make sure their enclosures are secure and things like that. Let's have a look.
I suppose it'd be more fishermen seeing them and maybe even catching them, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of these species like to bask, whereas musks tend to not really do it too often. Or if they do, they're very secretive about it. So they, yeah, it's one of those. This is a false map turtle. I've got an adult female, or I think it's a female, outside in the pond. So I've just got 2 here that I'm raising up to pop out there for a bit of company. But it's going to take a couple of years. They're only little, tiny little babies. But yeah, I've got 2 in here.
What's the difference between the false map and the map? Is it just size?
So there's a couple different map turtle species. Typically, you see that the 2 most common in captivity in the UK are the false map and the Mississippi map turtle. The easiest way to tell the difference, and there's no change in care really. Let's find one that's sticking us out. The easiest way is the yellow markings behind the eyes. There,
cool.
The false map stops there. The Mississippi map curls round underneath the eye, and that's the easiest way to tell. But apart from that, there are some other ways, but that's the easiest, and you can see the plastron there with the little maps or markings and the skin colorations. There, that's the easiest way. Yeah, and you'll find a lot of the time as well, false map turtles are sold under the name Mississippi map turtles. Very common. So, yeah. Okay. Oh. And then we got some fish.
Oh, what we got in there?
So we got a Cynodontis species, bit of a mystery. I think it's a hybrid that came in a couple of days ago.
Where's the Cynodontis?
Cynodontis there. See?
Yeah, that's definitely a hybrid.
Yeah. A couple of different people seem to think it might be one species, but the second I saw it in the bucket, I was like, "Oh, that's a hybrid, isn't it?"
Yeah, whole thing like that.
Yeah. And then I've got so he came in a tank that it was in exploded or something. It was on the floor, so it needed a new home quickly. And then I've got a Jack Dempsey back there, who's just in there to make the tank look a bit pretty. I've also got my Oscar in here temporarily.
Is that because
that is a male, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, with the cheeks there. And then I've got my one-eyed Oscar there, who's in here temporarily because he's normally in the Fly River pond, but he got a bit aggressive with some things, so just pulled him out to change.
One of those fish that you just cannot sex until you put 2 together and you see them with the eggs, and that's about it, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And he's got one eye. The side we're seeing on, he doesn't have his eye, which does help with aggression because he'll go after a fish. The second it goes on his other eye, he forgets about him.
Was he in a tank with Malawi before or something?
When I worked at a pet shop, they used to stick all of the South American cichlids, as they called them, together. So you'd have your, I think they used to mix things like your Texas, your Firemouths, your Jack Dempseys. They even had Salvini in there. They had Severums in there, and then they chucked the Oscars in here. And I remember coming in after the weekend, and they've chucked this guy in with them, and they just picked his eye out and beat him up. And he was so small, they chucked him in one of those, those fighter fish compartment tanks.
Wow.
He was a little boy, so or whatever he is. So he's and I took him home because you can't really sell a fish that's got a missing eye, even though it will heal when he does perfectly fine. It just doesn't look good. So I took him home and he's great.
They eat peas, and they love peas.
Yeah, they peas. I'm surprised they haven't torn up all of this different vegetation yet. I'm waiting for them to do it.
Yeah, if an oxen's got a bit of impaction, you can give them peas, and that works.
Yes, yeah.
And ham, munch ham.
Sorry,
I said they'll have cubes of ham.
Yeah, he normally gets insects mainly, but he does get the pellet foods and things. He likes the hikari, to be honest.
Oh, the high colour one. Red packet.
I think it is. It's the red packet. It's the one for the African cichlids they advertise for. Yeah, I also have a ghost knife, a black ghost knife, but he's hiding.
Oh, you'll never see him. Yeah. It's a shame. Ghost knives are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean he's about that bit bigger than my hand now. So. Do
you know they grow up to like 5 foot in the wild, not in the captivity, but in the wild?
Yeah.
It's the issues that they're all wild caught because they won't reproduce in captivity.
Yeah, they don't do too good at all, do they? Yeah.
No.
But the largest one I've seen is about 2 foot. So I'm aiming for that. He's getting there. But this guy really loves it. All right. Yeah.
Have you had the Syndontis upside down taking fish flake from the surface?
I have not this one. I have a true upside down in my bedroom tank, one of my bedroom tanks.
Yeah.
And he does that. He goes around slurping up anything he sees. I have a giraffe cat in with the Fly River, and you hear him sometimes doing that sort of sucking noise that koi make on the surface for some flake food. But yeah. But yeah, that's all I've got in this shed.
That's awesome.
You see a bit of a mess there on the laptop, just there. Hang on, let me just check the. I haven't turned the radiator on because that would be a bit.
I think everybody where we've got animals is always a bit of mess around.
Oh, this is clean.
We're always doing something with them.
Yeah, this is clean. What I'll do is I'll quickly turn the camera off and run down to the lunch shed. How are we doing for time? How long do we normally go?
Oh, don't worry about that, Jim.
Yeah, all right. I'll quickly turn the camera off, waddle down to the other shed.
We're happy to carry on going as long as you are, fella.
Right then, I'll quickly waddle down there. All right, I'll be 2 seconds. You might hear me walking and slipping over. All right. Okay. Here we go.
So Jim's gone for a waddle.
I am waddling. Oh, I'll tell you what.
I've been reading the comments. I've been trying not to laugh.
What's the comments say?
They're just some of the usual ones are just taking the mickey out of each other.
Oh, great.
So far, Leah was watching while she was having a bath, and now she's gone for a poo in the bath while wearing an ass hat.
You can play with it like a submarine.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh, I was hoping I could turn the camera on and the light at the same time to see the turtles on the bottom of the pond, but it's not going to work. Right.
So just while Jim's popping off, who's going to seize at the weekend? I think Anton should drive all the way down from Scotland to it.
He should fly, get a plane.
He'd probably drive, I would have thought.
No. Right, I'm just going to put that in there.
Unfortunately, Ellie and Leah ain't going.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll on the Bristol.
Okay, so I'm in the other shed.
Oh.
As you can see, I have a very warm brown bath. This is
Is that the one Leah's just got out of?
it is, yeah. I like to get people can send me their submarines, and then I'll put them in the bath. But yeah, so what this basically is this is clay, a clay-based soil that sort of muddied up the water. I had COVID about six and a bit months ago, and pneumonia, and it done me in. And when I was in bed, the filter stopped working a bit, so the turtle had a bit of a shell issue. So a bit of salt in the water, and then this is my next trick to try and fix that. And it's basically so it's almost like a mud bath for your skin, because these guys can be quite they're like a soft shell turtle. So let me try and find him. I bet he's in the back.
You had COVID and pneumonia at the same time?
Yeah, I had pneumonia induced COVID. Oh no, yes, it was a viral pneumonia due to the COVID, and it almost killed me. It was bad.
It sounds it, Jim. Fucking hell.
The bad thing is, I did a test. I did one of the tests, and it came back negative, like I didn't have it. And I was like, nah. And I went to the hospital, and they tested me again. I was like, yeah, you got pneumonia, mate, and COVID. You're bad. They wouldn't let me go anywhere. And yeah. Oh, that's a giraffe cat. Let's see if I can.
That is some going there. You're pretty lucky. You got giraffe cat.
There's a giraffe cat.
Wow.
There you go. And it's gone.
They're beautiful. Yeah, they get some size as well.
They do. They get like 4 feet if you 3-ish.
Cheers, Ryan. Appreciate that, dude.
Where is he? I'm trying not to drop the phone in the pond. If it happens, it happens.
Greg, are you going down to Seas?
Oh, there he was. I felt him. He's gone. I'll tell you what, I'm going to.
Do you ever worry when you're putting your hands in there because of the turtles?
Nah, Fly River won't do anything. We'll be right. I'm going to just pop this down so I can.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'll go two-handed. It's quite warm in here. It's about 30 degrees.
It's gone all black.
Yeah, I've just put it on my
Yeah.
I'll angle this so you can see the musk turtle pond. I'm going to do that. I might fall in. I'll just right. That's the Tegu pond. There you go.
What's in there?
That's the Tegu's pond. That's the Tegu's enclosure you're looking at. I'm hoping if I do the Fly River first, the Tegu will come out thinking I'm here to feed him.
Ah.
Where are you? Oh, it's never this hard to find him. Oh, there we go. Is that him? Yes. Okay, so let's switch the camera around. So you've got to excuse the shell damage. He's getting better. But there he is.
You look funny.
Little flippers. And you see the little pig nose, where they get the name pig nose turtle from. as well as the fly river turtle, because they come from the Fly River in Papua New Guinea, as well as Australia. They're the only species left of their, I believe it's family group or whatever. However, their closest relative is the softshell turtles. He will get, say, around that sort of size, so he has some ways to go. They become sexually mature around 15 to 20 years old, I believe. And I think he's a male. However, it's very difficult to tell at this age. He might be female, but generally it's very difficult to get females in captivity.
Jim.
Yep.
Can you fly him?
Hey?
Can you fly him?
Can I fly him?
Yeah, you gotta go wee.
There we are.
It
I'll
is
get RSPCA
beautiful.
on my door.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves flying.
You can see he's got his little tootsie claws. And he's got his yeah. There he is. He's a very cool. He's one of the rarer ones I have. All right, he's great. I love him.
Look at his little arms going.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm flying.
There he is.
It is stunningly beautiful.
Good. Yeah.
Leah, you know Tiny's gonna get some on Saturday. He
You've
missed.
got to get some of these.
And Tom, thank you very much for the donation, you dickhead.
Oh, blimey.
He's up in Scotland and there's a show up in Glasgow, so I said I'll go up, and he went, if you come up I'll show you my collection and my willy. He's like a massive doorman.
Don't need to see his collection, just the willy.
These two send each other dick pics back and forth. They've already seen each other's willies.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're so fat. All right.
That's what Anton said when I sent him the dick pic.
So these are both common musk turtles. You can see this one's rather plump.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful. It's not some form of infection, but no, this is just a bit chubby. Whereas this one's what you want in your turtles. Maybe a little bit thin. So this one's hogging all the food.
The problem I have with musk turtles, right, Jim, and you've probably seen it, is people buy them at this size, put them in a fish tank, and then you see them on pre-loved this big with people saying, please come and get it for free. Please come pick up this. I don't want it no more.
Oh, yeah.
Too big.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And
these are full grown, these guys. These are as big as you get. These guys.
Hey? So what's the musk turtles that you normally see in the pet shops that go to like the size of a dinner plate?
Those are either the cooter turtles.
And they smell.
Or cooter turtles. Then you got your red-eared sliders, yellow belly sliders, was it Cumberland sliders, I believe they are. Those three are now banned in the UK for that exact reason. They get too big, and then people start releasing them, and then they became an issue.
See, that's the ones that I've seen in the canal, and there's a local like swan pond that I've seen a few in there as well. It must be about 5 or 6.
Yeah, they will. It's kind of tricky because they're deemed as invasive, even though they can't reproduce in a climate, as far as I know, because it gets too cold. Their eggs don't incubate, so they shouldn't be deemed as invasive. They banned them from being sold.
See you later.
If you have them in your home and you want to get rid of it, you can't sell it. You can't give it to most rehome places because they can't legally get rid of it or make money from it. So they have to get rid of it. It's a right hassle to do. Some sanctuaries will take them in, or you can pass them around, but it's a bit difficult finding people who want them, who can keep them for the rest of their life. And depending on who you ask, the rules change. So therefore, the government's made criminals out of people who can't find homes for these turtles that they've been keeping and looking after. They're not going to euthanize their pet turtle because they love it, but they can't keep it anymore. What they're going to do, they're going to release it in a canal or river. Therefore, the ban made things worse. And it's not like it's stopping the problem, because you've got things like the musk turtle, which stays a bit smaller but does well in our climate. You've got things like the cooter turtles, the river cooter, gets exactly the same size and is exactly the same in most ways, just a different species. And you can buy that.
So she's got a couple of musks and a couple of yellow-bellied sliders.
Yeah, they're great turtles. They're amazing. You just need the space and the knowledge. It's 100%. It's 100% pet shop fault for selling people an animal that they're not prepared for, because it's not like you're going to buy an animal lying to yourself, really, saying you're going to, oh yeah, this animal's definitely not going to get huge when everyone tells you it is. It's when people don't tell you it is, well, they buy it as a present, they get bored of it. These two were actually bought from a family that got bored of them, so I took them in. So yeah, I'm looking for a male for these guys because I want some natural behaviors and some free eggs for the other animals to eat. Yeah.
I feel bad now. I don't got a turtle or a tortoise.
Get them. They're great. They live forever though.
Can somebody just drop Jim's channel link down into the comments again, please, just so people can pop off and give him a subscription?
Thanks. I'll sub to anyone back. I mean, I probably am already. Yeah. Quick.
Is the hoodie? Is that your own channel merch on your hoodie?
Sorry.
Is your hoodie? Is that channel merch?
It's not. I mean, it's not channel merch. It's it's a hoodie I made on Teesprings because I don't have much turtle hoodies, so I made my own because I can't buy them from anywhere. So I've got, these are my own turtles. You can see that's the soft shell there. That's the soft shell. Yeah. I've got the musk turtles there. Yeah, but yeah, this is the Chinese soft shell. They get bigger than this. They get like, that sort of size. I believe they are either threatened or endangered in their natural range. However, they are invasive in places like Singapore because of the food trade. They eat them. They farm them for food. They keep them. You go to the supermarkets and they've got them in tanks ready for eating. So, yeah. But yeah, this is a great species.
Yeah, I've seen some of the Chinese markets and the Singapore markets.
Yeah, they do bite.
It's very upsetting. Yeah, it's very upsetting.
They just do that.
I've
never had one.
People all around the world will eat different things. I'm quite happy with that. What I keep as a pet, the other side of the world, they might have it as a Sunday dinner. But the thing that I don't like is the amount that they put in one tank.
Oh yeah. Just
to sell that. I don't like that at all.
Well, it's mass production to feed large quantities of people. These guys breed really quickly. They grow quick if you power feed them. It upsets me too. It's like crocodilian. Seeing any animal like this get eaten. I mean, I like meat. I eat meat. I don't think I could eat a turtle just because they're near and dear. It's when, say, they do the big food market of turtles. I think there's a day or two in the year where there's a big turtle celebration where they eat turtles, and they're running out of turtles in their own country in China, so they're actually illegally stealing turtles from America and other places with, like, say, softshell turtle species to fuel their market demand, which is very illegal. Very worrying.
They do that in Iceland and Wales.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, these animals live a very long time. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can dig the Tegu out because I don't know where he is.
I like that one. That one looks almost like a little baby dinosaur.
Gorgeous, aren't they, Ellie?
Oh God, I'm so fat. Okay.
See, I don't think I'd have time for any more animals. I've already got too many.
Ellie, it's because you've just taken on a lot in your career path.
Where is he? So this is the Tegu enclosure. It's 6 foot that way by 10 foot. It's got around 3 metric tons of soil in it. It's got a pond with a little pump. A
3
basket
tons of
there.
soil, did you say?
Sorry?
Did you just say 3 tons of soil?
3 tons. I bought 4 thinking it would take 4, but I only took 3.
Oh.
So when I had an extra ton.
Fucking hell. That's a lot of soil.
Yep. Where is he? Where are you?
He's boiled 10 foot.
Yeah. Where is he? His thing is on here. Yeah, he is. Right. I'm going to have to dig him out. He's coming out. Right.
Sure, that weren't a snake lodging in a turtle shell. That neck was Invasive, says Michael.
They can reach around all the way to the back of the shell. It's really painful. When I was in Florida on holiday, there was a big female Florida softshell, and I in the middle of the road, and I jumped out of the car, grabbed it without thinking, whipped it up, and it was just flailing its head around trying to bite me. I was like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to, stop it. And then, yeah, it was all right though. I'm covered in duckweed. That's the plant I can keep alive. Duckweed.
Duckweed.
Oh, fella.
James just
So
thank you, James.
Oh, great, thanks. All right, let's get this out. So, basking wise, I have big slate bricks with tile underneath to help with the heat. And I've got cement blocks underneath, which he likes to dig under, which isn't probably the safest.
Anton says your electricity bill must be as impressive.
it's around 500 a month.
Really?
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's like our rent.
Yeah. Well, that includes the TV and the other things, so yeah. It's okay. But,
is it a case if somebody comes round and you don't say, do you want a cup of tea? It's, would you like some water out of the tap? You can watch telly for 30 minutes and then it's going off.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Well, I go to work because I don't want to spend too much money on the, oh, he's in the shed still. Oh, you're a silly boy. Okay. All right, here he is.
That's £75 more than Leah's. I'm not surprised. Leah's just as bad as you.
Oh, look at him.
There he is. So he's a male Argentine black and white Tegu. He's in the shed, so you can see his tail's still a bit sheddy. Oops, sorry, fella. He's quite heavy. There he is.
He is gorgeous.
Yeah, he's good.
I think I only pay like 80 quid for my electric.
I'll pay like 90, and that's including the Vivs.
I have the electric guy coming out soon because I think they're overcharging me personally, but explaining it to him like, hang on a minute, you're overcharging me, but he looks at what I've got. It might be a bit of a tricky argument.
You might go, not really.
Actually, you should be paying more.
Is it your own property, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I live with my family. Because I live in Surrey, of all places.
Yeah,
it's the most expensive place to live. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Trying to find a place.
I do hear that about Surrey.
Oh my Lord. But yeah, I just live with my mum and dad now, and they just stay in the living room and ignore everything I do because I just sort of pay all the bills and everything because they're retired and everything now, so I just sort of cover it all.
So they looked after you for so many years, and now you're repaying the favour.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they let me have the animals for when I was younger. So I sort of, I mean, they feed themselves. I don't pay for their food. They can cover that. I already pay the animals' food. Good Lord, I'm not made of money. But yeah. Oh. It's one of those.
If you just order it all in bulk.
Yeah. Well, I used to rats and mice and things. I do, not that I use a lot of that, because I only have a couple of snakes. But with these guys, like insects and things, I can get them in because I work at a pet shop basically, so I get discounts there and everything because I order it in and things. I'm the one in charge of that, so I save a bit. There he is.
Why don't you make your own colonies of bugs?
I've tried. I have some hissers and some dubias, but the hissers seem to always get out, and I never seem to breed enough. I go through so many. I think it is. I just go through so many.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just space as well. I'm a bit lazy. It sounds a bit bad, but I've tried a couple of times. I used to do mealworms. That was a waste.
James says his parents live with him as well.
Yeah. They won't leave me alone, I reckon. They should move out, I think. there is
Go set up on your own.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I'm only 22, that's the thing. I mean, this day and age, owning a house seems like the distant future. Distant future, I think. Is that the right word? Far future.
Some of the young lads at work are saving up, and literally they've had to save for like 3 or 4 years, living with family, to get anywhere near a deposit that they want for a house.
I mean, I'm saving up for more for land, if anything, like a small holders sort of thing. So then I can set that up and then, do that way. And then just keep living here. And then if I don't have the animals here, I can move wherever I need to. Just have the animals somewhere else.
I think less protein content to save up for a house.
Yeah. I mean, the house market right now is a nightmare.
Hello, you carry on doing what you're doing, and you'll soon buy a house.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't pay shit.
We've lost your video for a second.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm heading up to the other shed.
Aha.
I'm having a job. Also making sure the 4 feature runs. There you go.
He's going to take his poop on his travels.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it down my leg.
Going to just put the parents in a caravan in the end of the garden.
Yeah, that's good. They can have the shed.
James says, Jim, if you could keep only one animal, which one would it be?
Out of the ones I have right now, it would probably be the monitor. I mean, if it was a group, it would be the turtles, but the monitor is probably the most interactive.
Is there anything that you've not got that you'd love to get?
Crocodilians. I've looked into it way too many times. I'm 100% going to get them. It's just finding the time and the space and the
an actual crocodile or something like a Shinosaurus.
No, like actual crocodiles.
Hey, Jamie.
You want?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to get into like I've cared for. I
think the dwarf caimans are only like a couple of grand, but then it's obviously getting your license and then getting somebody to come and check it.
Yeah, I've looked after the Palparosis before, but I'd love to get something like that. The only thing is they're more terrestrial, whereas I'd love to have something that's more aquatic, like a true crocodile, like a Morlet's or something like that. Personally, but you need space, a lot of space.
Just move down towards. Is it the World of Crocodiles?
Oh, crocodiles. That's only about an hour drive from me.
Yeah, north from you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too far. It's okay. It's good. It just whenever I go there, I come home thinking I need crocodiles. I'm gonna buy crocodiles, and then I go on a big spree of, oh, the license again. Oh god, the license lady. Whenever, because I work in the pension and everything, the license lady comes in, the AAL and all that. And half the time, like, oh, by the way, what do I need to do to get this and all this stuff? And yeah, it's a bit pain, expensive. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll do it then?
I'll do it. I was in school and I was like, I'm getting a crocodile. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. And they're like, nah, you won't. I'm going to do it. I have to.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
I think the day you get a crocodile will be the same day I actually get a whale.
No, I will.
Yeah, Onzu, you've missed an epic live tonight, mate. You have to replay it back.
Yeah, just watch it a couple times.
Definitely.
Watch time.
Can somebody you on TikTok as well, Jim, or is it?
I've started doing a bit of a TikTok. I think I'm on 300 followers now. I started about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago now, I think. It's a bit weird. I'm not good with short content.
I know. It's took me about a year to get used to it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've started. It's the same name as everything else I do. I make Instagram and things. Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about crocodiles now. Look at this. I mean, that's the thing. It sounds bad, but I would sell if I had the opportunity. I would sell everything to just get crocodilian, probably.
Well, you'd do it then, though. Surely you'd be able to do it then.
No, it's tricky though. It's a bit of it. I'm very attached to the animals I have. That's the thing. I think I either have to pegs it, or I like I have some horrific heat wave and I lose everything, and I want to quit the hobby, sort of thing. And then I get one, or I just wait it out, and when I'm like 50, I have like something.
I'm like that. I get attached to all mine, and like the enemy's like, "Why don't you just get rid of a couple of your double ups?" And I'm like, "What?" It's like she's speaking a foreign language to me. I'm like, "Oh, I can't do that."
Well, sometimes you want more of the same thing. It's like I've thought, oh no, stop it. I'll sell everything, just get a lot of monitor lizards, same boss monitors everywhere. But yeah, I've done that with scorpions now.
I mean, I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 curly hairs. I've got about 4 or 5 LPs. It's just that they ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like
Homesu said if you need any help with TikTok, he'll give you a hand. He's got 17,500 followers, so he should be able to get you a few hundred.
Yeah, well, I watched the live when he was on here. He was quite cool. Yeah.
He is. He still ain't upgraded that Centipede though.
Oh,
he has his emerald.
I was worried you were going to call me out of mine.
No, I've got to. Otherwise, my subscribers will literally, slit my throat open. Yeah. Oh, Happy Ant's just put 449 onto it. Thank you, Happy Ant. Appreciate that, mate.
He's ruling it. He's got all the money.
Callum.
Yeah.
Callum, Leah, Anton, Ellie, Spider Mom, Mark the Spider Guy, Dale. They've pretty much been there since I've been started.
Yeah.
Ellie's been on the live since I started.
When did you start? Was it last year?
I've been going nearly 2 years. But the lives, consistent lives every Tuesday for about a year. Or has it been a year? Might have been a year.
I started. It was a few months after I started YouTube.
Yeah. So Ellie's been on them since the start, and she'll be on them in the future.
Yeah. Well, I watch everything.
I think there's only been a couple where she's not been on, and I'm like, and you can see the chat. The chat gets a bit boring, and it's like, for me, it's difficult for me to interact with you and check the comments constantly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
And if there's something that he's looking at in the comments, Ellie's on it for me straight away, and she'll PM me as well. So
yeah, well, I'm always working. That's why I have this. So I was like, I'm going to have this set up so I can read the comments, and I waddle off.
Oh wow! Thank you, Derek. Reptile Innovations just put $5 onto it.
If you on Scott's live, you have to say Scott's wanker.
Yep.
Why?
Just say it.
We're in a group chat. There's me, there's Ellie, Leo, and a few others, and they just every time I open my gob, they just take the piss out of me. I cannot do anything. They just take the piss.
I mean, to be fair, you did try and sex a spider with a microphone. So yeah.
I thought Gray did the microphone, so fingers crossed this one does it.
Maybe you'll be able to sex centipedes with that one.
Possibly. Let me just say, Derek from Reptile Innovations, thank you so much for that $5. Make sure you go give him a follow. He does custom builds and all sorts. He's just had an Escapee Vegans, which was a brilliant video because he didn't edit any of it out, and he basically said, "This is what happens." Happy Ant has just put $4.49 on, and he says, "Shut up, Anton. Go back to Italy." That Anton's Scottish. Ellie's from Wales, but when we had the Euros, when Wales weren't in the Euros and Scotland got knocked out and we were facing Italy, they both absolutely went Italian mad. So since that point, I have not let it drop. I've been calling Anton Italian from the word go. Even I'm just going to carry on doing it for the next 10 years because he was
dig a big old trench to push them away from you.
Yeah, he was just literally ripping it every single day. So that's where the Italy stuff comes from. And Anton and Callum, they always go for each other's throats. As a laugh. Scott is a ginger Viking carrot. Yeah, I'll have that.
Okay.
And I like it when they argue because that means they put more money into the chat. Well, the home zoo is going to pop off to your TikTok and see if he can't push your content out a bit for you.
All right, thank you. The home zoo. What's the home zoo's name? Is it
Jamie?
Is it Jamie? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to get your content out on TikTok, he'll help you and he'll get you a few hundred followers on there. I think I got about another 250 from Jamie on there so far.
Oh, fine. Okay. Well, thanks. Yeah. The only worrying thing about big numbers is you got to post more. That's the thing. Yeah.
But then at least you can go live. You can do live feed-ins, and then once you do, if you're doing some live feed-ins, then people might donate to your TikTok, and then at least you've got that extra money to go towards that £500 electric bill. Anton's just said, "Kiss my fucking house" with $4.49. And Happy Ant has just put $4.49 on, saying too much hair up your ass. Oh, nice one, Happy Ant. Happy Ant's just deleted a scammer.
Oh yeah. They started up a couple of months ago now. I don't know what's going on with those.
They're just dickheads, aren't they?
What's in that?
It's not. They can't even put a clickable link in. They just put.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Terrible.
Jamie pays $300 a month. He's down Essex way.
Yeah. Well, everything's going up in price now. That's the thing. That's the only worrying thing. Is everything's going up apart from wages and everything. So it's like, well, you know.
Well, you could always open an OnlyFans.
I have. No, I haven't.
Drop the 50 watts deep heat projectors in, and I'll cut them 100 watts out. My Aki's got, I think he's 100 and I'm sure he's 150. But it's got to maintain, the Aki's got to be up there at 40 degrees. He needs a 40 degree heat variant because he's from Australia.
Yeah, they need a lot of heat.
So they do. But on the plus side of that, it's if I'm in the house by myself, it's very rarely I need to put the heating on in the front room. The radiator in here is turned off constantly because I've got an oil-filled radiator doing in here.
So this is the most expensive time of the year when it's this cold and windy. That's the worst.
Yeah.
The rest of the year goes down a bit.
To be fair, it's not too bad in my house. My house doesn't really get cold. And if it does start dropping, the heating will kick in by itself, which doesn't happen very often. It's like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We could do with the houses that are in the valleys and in the villages, Ellie, in Wales, the 2-foot walls.
Hey, you don't want my house. Honestly, in the summer, you bake.
Yeah, that is true. It's hot in your house.
It does not release heat.
Are they like built into little hills like the Hobbits?
No, I have one of them new builds which is supposed to be environmentally friendly. It works like a fucking greenhouse.
It's you notice it, right? In England, that they whack up a house well fast and go, there you go, off you go. In Wales, they whack up a house fast, but they also insulate it really, really well. And you can tell the difference. Halogen bulbs are better. Deep heat projectors. Now what we're going on?
What? Deep heat projectors are useless.
I've got one on the Aki, and the rocks get really, really hot. We've also got the basking spot. We've got basking spot. We've got a ceramic just in case, and then we've got the UV as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you've got multiple, that's fine. But what you see a lot of people just use that, and it's like, well, actually, that isn't doing what you need to do.
No, if it's just the deep heat by itself, it can damage their eyes. If I remember right, or their eyes don't see as much.
The whole sales pitch for the deep heat projectors, if I'm right, is that they would heat the animal from the inside out.
Yeah,
which was what the sun does, and then now they're saying it actually doesn't do that, and it just heats the outside of the animal, so it's not working right. That's what I last heard.
The way I see it, and the way the Aki tank works is the deep heat's here, basking spot, UV, ceramic in the middle in case the temperature drops. I've got a backup. That deep heat is where all the rocks are. And all I use it for is to heat those rocks up, and those rocks do get hot, and that's where the Aki kind of goes underneath those. So it's found its comfortable spot, and then it'll go down the other end when it basks. But it does like to hang around those warm rocks. But like you said, there's benefit to the actual animal absorbing heat. I don't know. It's warm, so it's got to.
Yeah, I normally just use halogens and mercury vapors now. The only problem with mercury vapors is you can't chuck a thermostat on them, really. You don't turn back on. Pain.
I want to try out how deep heat works well and also I have a basking bulb for my beardy and the UV bulb. That's about it. My biggest problem is decreasing and not increasing the temperature.
Yeah. I find that in this room in the summertime, trying to keep the temperatures down is difficult, very difficult.
Yeah, I've lost animals to heat before.
Yeah.
In that front shed, because where that is, it's got big glass windows on the front, which is awful for insulation, by the way. But when it's really hot and say you don't open the doors, I was away for this day. The sun came up, beat it through. It cooked the thermostats and everything. They just overheated, or they did something, and the lights didn't turn off. And I lost 2 Sudan lizards, which is something because they're used to heat. And a corn snake, so it was really bad.
Ooh, Anton says, right, on my way off, troops. Have a belter. Nice seeing your animals, Jim. Also give you a subscription. Good night, Scotland the Brave.
Night, night.
Right, Anton.
See you later, Anton.
Night. There you go.
Yeah, it's I suppose it's like everybody's saying it always changes, doesn't it? It always changes, and what's good for one is bad for somebody else, and then what's good for them is bad for the other person. It's weird. Yeah, the LED. Is that the Zoomed for LED?
I
think
thought Reptile Systems brought one out.
Zoomed that have got the LED strip for the UV and the plant growth lights.
I thought that was Reptile Systems. Was that not?
Is it Reptile Systems?
One is crap.
Is it?
Yeah, I bought one. It lasted the whole of like 4 days.
Oh, brilliant! I'll tell the rep that.
The actual. This oh god, it's about 300 or 400 quid, Ali.
No, I got a little one for the skinks. It didn't cost me a lot.
Oh, you have a blue tongue?
No, I got some skinks.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Full spectrum grey. Yeah, the Zoomed's doing the same thing. Yeah, I can't remember
You got to be careful we don't fall into that sort of, like, a lot of companies like to bring out these new products really quickly, and then everyone else brings out a product identical really quickly, and then you buy it all, and then it turns out it's completely useless, but no one tested it, or I know Reptile Systems does a lot of testing, don't they? Before they bring their stuff out, but it's money tracks.
Unfortunately, the guru that well, there's two. I'll speak to Richard a lot about it, but then Phil, he's dealing with something today. He's normally here from Incredible Inverts and Other Animals. He's close. Well, I wouldn't say he's close, but he's friends with Francis Bain.
Okay.
The woman the whole world goes to for UV lighting and stuff like that. So he's privy to a lot more information. So she tests everything. He said she's wanted to retire a few times, and people keep just sending her more stuff to test. And I remember having a conversation with him, and he did say that she turned around and said that a certain one had actually brought out these lights, and they were basically made from China and absolutely rubbish. But I can't remember which company it was or anything like that. I'd have rather heard you say it than me anyway, to be completely honest.
Arcadia brought out their T5s like 2 years ago now, and that's what I use on everything. It seems to be doing quite well.
Oh, insulating enclosures. That's a good idea. But you could do that. Do you know when you do your spray foam back in? If you do a spray foam back in, that is essentially insulating the back.
You've got to let your enclosures breathe, though. You need ventilation. That's something really important. Even if it's a humid tank, you need some form of movement of air, because you get stagnant and then you get respiratory problems when they poo and stuff.
You'd just go around those air vents, though, wouldn't you, with it?
Yeah. Well, these are a right pain to put in. Luckily, I'm terrible at building, so there's like holes everywhere in between all the walls and things, so air goes through them all. But my original plan was to drill massive holes through these panels and then put air vents with one of those drills. I've broken 3 drill bits going through these, because they're the wood that you build the roofs on houses with.
Oh yeah.
They're so thick. I don't think my drill's man enough for it. I need to get another.
What's behind those panels? Is that just the substrate layer?
Yeah. Originally, my plan was to put a well, my original plan was to paint it with I think it's G4 paint, which is the sort of stuff you use for ponds. Yeah, that sort of stuff. And then I was going to put a liner in to hold the substrate, which I've done on the bottom ones now. But when I originally had these two as two, I didn't do it. I got lazy, and then it just rotted through the plywood like nothing. So yeah, if I was doing it again, I probably wouldn't even use plywood. I'd probably use like a plastic sort of thing, similar. Yeah, nightmare.
I need to rebuild my tanks, but they're going over there with the racking.
We've got some mad ideas if we can finally get a move for tanks and stuff like that.
For me, it's not going to be too hard. I just need to figure out what I'm going to stick in the exoterra once the skink dies. I'm waiting. It sounds awful, but
no, we all do that. Yeah, no, we all do that, Ellie.
I was told they only have a life expectancy of 6 months. I bought two together because they was already old. They wasn't young. They was well caught.
3 years ago.
4 years with one person. They were kept for 2 years in a pet shop after that. So they don't really know how old they are, but judging by behavior, they thought they were quite old. They only give me an expectancy of 6 months. One of them lasted just over the year, and now the other ones I've had, the other one is now 2 years old. I to myself when it does happen.
You'll have them for another 50 years.
Not coming.
Sun skinks, they don't normally live that long anyway.
Well, you give them good care. Just never know. Never know. I mean, when I got bearded dragons, they told me they'll live about 10 years, like what, 15 years ago or something. So, now they live up 50. So,
yeah. I got a beardy. I love my beardy.
Do you know how old your beardy is, Ellie?
My beardy is going to be 2 years in the summer.
I know.
Miss Maxie. Mr. Maxie, actually.
What's your oldest animal?
Probably the one I had from Scott.
What's that? A snake?
The royal, yeah.
Okay.
Because Hermione is up years
right. This has come up loads. Jamie's just said, non-reptile question. You ever thought about going ginger? Jim, loads of people been giving you probably what you've heard a lot is Ed Sheeran.
I've never heard that. I've never been Ed Sheeran.
I think more
because
not James Bay, the other James, the one that was in the Marines and then went as a singer.
Who?
I can't remember his name. Oh man.
I normally have facial hair here.
My mum says you're too good looking to be Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran is good looking.
No, he's not.
He's a bit chubby though, isn't he?
There's nothing wrong with chubby.
No.
I would rather cuddle chubby.
Showing you close. Let me just see if I can find who I'm thinking of. She was with another man. That was part of the lyrics.
James Blunt is
James Blunt,
yeah.
I'd say you look more like a younger James Blunt. Yeah, Leah smashed that as well. Yeah.
When I have facial hair, I get Johnny Depp a lot. Which is
I love Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp, man.
I was in London doing a fish job, setting up a tank when I had a previous job, and it was in one of the loading bays for a skyscraper. And someone came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, you look like Johnny Depp." I was like, "All right, yeah, wife beater." I was like, "What?" Hang on. So yeah, that was
it's still unclear if he actually.
He is. No, he's fine. He didn't. I don't think he did it. No way. He's all right. Good guy.
Yeah, I don't like to think he would. And people, I mean, especially the ladies, they've put videos of him up with her and said, it looks like it's the other way around.
It is the other way around.
Oh, that's what I'd like to think as well. But you don't know what goes on in somebody's home. But I still love him to bits. I think he's ace.
They absolutely destroyed his career. So, oh well.
Everybody still loves him though.
Oh yeah.
It's like he could do another Pirates of the Caribbean and absolutely smash it.
I think he would smash it even more. Because the thing is, right, is like, okay, men beat women the whole time, but the minute that a woman beats a man, they get away with it.
No, you get called a liar, Ellie, is what happens. By the police. True story.
Does take the piss though. There are women out there who will do it.
Yeah.
It's with women abusing men, it's not so much physical, it's mental and emotional and financial abuse.
Yeah.
That's talking first hand, guys.
But I think Jim is too young to understand all of this. He's only 22, bless him.
No, I know all this stuff. It's yeah. That's why I just hide.
Look at Ellie's face then. She was like, he's only 22, bless him.
Yeah, it's like having a child on the screen, isn't it?
Hey?
I don't feel 22. Good Lord, my back. My crikey.
Yeah, you wait till you get in your 40s and then you'll know about your back.
Crocodile will get me before then. I'll get the crocodile get me.
Just while everybody's on here, actually, Spider Mum is doing a fundraiser to get one of these gaming chair. I went for 2 years. I sat on a wooden one and eventually got this one for Christmas. If anybody can pop over to Spider Mum and donate towards that'd be unreal.
How are the gaming chairs on your bum, actually?
Brilliant. It's so much better for your back. It's worth every single penny. Every single penny.
But are they hard?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit harder on your bum, but it's anything's better than the piece of wood.
One is one of them expensive office chairs which got all the ergonomic crap in it.
These are ergonomic. That's why you sit like that. They contour your back.
Hours a day, and you have problems already. Is still no good.
The thing is, you've got to sit like that, and what do? You lean forward, don't you, like that?
Mine is just I can't just sit on my bum for very long because
Lizzie says try being 60. Liz is a warrior. You wouldn't. She'll just get on with it, and that's it.
I'm currently sitting on 2 fish buckets.
I used to do that at my nan's house.
Yeah.
If anybody's, just drop your channel links down into the description, into the comments. Sorry, so everybody can sub up to each other. Spider Mum, if you could drop yours in, and if somebody could drop Mark the Spider Guys and Phil's in as well, because I know they got a few things going on this evening. But
did you have Modesty's past information? No,
it was more of a case of. There you go.
She's lovely anyway.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to strike food. She will strike everything else but the food, including you.
No, I got zero information. I got, can you take this? Don't ask any questions. And I said yes. And that was pretty much it.
She's a lovely animal, though. And she loves being out. She doesn't like going back in when she's out.
And then literally she went straight to you.
Was that bull pipe?
Yeah. She's big. She's like probably 4.5 foot, maybe coming to 5.
Scott, how are you getting on with your tokay? I hardly ever see it, James, to be honest. it is in the bioactive over here, and I literally never see it. Never ever. Sometimes if I come in here when the lights are off, he's out and about. So I sometimes try and sneak in at night time, and I literally have to come in dead quiet, otherwise I don't see him. Just to make sure he's still putting a bit of weight on. Because what I did is that tank's quite heavily planted, and there's too much room for prey to go and hide. So I'm getting some hoppers to chuck in there because they'll be out a bit more. So I'm hoping he sees those and comes out and munches those a lot.
I always think it's okay. I tries to run off with it. Don't let me.
There's all he's got red runners in there. They just hide on the floor. You can lift the moss up and there's a red runner. So I don't believe the tokays get into the red runners or the lobster roaches. So I've got some hoppers coming tomorrow that are going to go in there with him. Or I might do what I did with the morning geckos. I've got like a feeding bowl that I put on the side. So there's loads of wood lice in there, which they go through the substrate and they'll eat. But then they'll also come up and go inside that feeding bowl for the mealworms. If I try tongue feeding, he won't, mate. He won't. It's not going to be. It's the tokay. I'm never going to be able to handle it because it's just does its own thing. If I open the doors, even with food on the tongs, he just don't want to know. If you buy a bag of chicken legs, how do you know which is the front and the back? Because all chicken legs are the back. They don't have front legs. They're front wings.
Can you just ask that question?
It's what Jamie will put in. Our hoppers mice, that's what we call juvenile mice in the States. No, mate. Like Jiminy Cricket.
Grasshoppers, locusts, yeah.
Yeah, locusts.
Although I think the States can't have locusts a lot of the time. They can't get them.
I think that's Canada, isn't it?
Okay.
I know. Where's Cracks from, Ellie? Is that Canada?
Sweden.
Sweden. Oh. I know they can't have certain feeders in Sweden, especially in flats.
I need a pee break.
He's going for a poo.
Big fat poo.
I went for a poo before stream, so. Right, hopefully I make it. If I come back and my jeans are wet, I fell in the pond.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Back a sec.
Man, I can't wait for the weekend. I just can't. Shame you lot ain't going.
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm going to Leah's this weekend, and then I have to make a cake for Sunday. Yeah.
Whose birthday is it on Sunday?
Somebody.
Is it Leah's? Terry? Is it somebody I know? Oh, that's all right then. Good.
Somebody I know.
I'm crap with birthdays. Even family birthdays. My mum has to message me to remind me. Got 14 slings I need to rehouse. Looking forward to it. Mostly baboons, says Michael. I'm going to try my hardest not to buy any slings on Sunday. I could do with a couple of males.
Leah put it's a lover boy.
So,
Leah.
It's which one?
I only have one.
Send some to me. I got V-Bucks. What's V-Bucks? Is that off Fortnite?
I don't know. I don't play Fortnite. I don't play these games.
That's not what Loverboy says.
Oh no, we play Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I don't want to. I might look for some. I don't know. I might drop Phil a message and see what he's got. I am picking up 2 Sturmies. Then they're slings as it goes, but Sturmies are always massive slings, aren't they? To replace the female that passed away. Scott, I don't have your stickers yet. Michael, I ain't printed any off. I'm really rubbish at stuff like that. Everybody else, I've literally just got round after 2 years to getting some other merch together other than t-shirts.
You have Saturdays, Leah. He has Sundays. Simple as that.
I think Leah's still got some of mine in the little sticker packs.
How is the poo, Jim? You look relieved.
Oh, it's a speed run pee. The trick is, if you pee on your hands, you're peeing and cleaning your hands at the same time, so it saves time. Yep.
They used to say that. We used to work on the gas. When you get blisters on your hands from digging with a shovel, they used to say piss on them.
Oof. Yeah. Not for any medical help. It's just for fun. It's lovely.
I think it was just take the piss out of the apprentices.
Old-fashioned soap, normally French or Italian soap, and then I finish it off with some banana bar.
What is that? Is that an apple? What is that?
Little LP has molted.
Oh.
Got fucking loads of these bastards.
I need the David pencil. I just sold mine.
Oh, they're gorgeous. The Davius Pentalorus. Have I got 2?
Two females to Luke.
I'm seeing Luke on Sunday. I was going to go over to him, but he's going to the show, so he's having the Vespintinius.
Oh, nice. What did you say?
Hey?
What did you say?
Well, no, I was just asking. Are you going all the way down to Kent? Is it Kent? I think it's Kent.
Ashford, yeah.
Blimey, that's a bit of a trek.
Well, Chris is coming. It takes him, I think, 2 hours to get from his to mine, and then it's 3 hours from here to Ashford. I did, Jamie. I was in the chat. Yeah, Tara's not coming because she said it's just too far for the kids and what have you. So it's just me and Chris, I think.
I'm not going.
I think Chris, if he's only giving a lift to me, he's going to take the 2-seater sports car thing he's got. If he finds somebody else to take, then he'll take the 7-seater. Happy's in 2 minds because I know his car's playing up.
That might be just the cold though. My car stopped working.
I've got to drive my van over to West Bromwich tomorrow to have all the racking taken out. It's mental. Monday I took because hydraulic engineer, so all the hoses come out, all the fittings come out, everything. And suddenly its speed went through the roof. It's like, instead of doing like 85, 90, it's doing more like 100 to 110.
Yeah.
Now I've got to just take the racking, the swager and the saw comes out tomorrow. And then literally I am driving around, taking broken parts off the machines. Instead of repairing them there and then, taking them back to the depot, making all at the depot, driving back to site until they get the new van sorted out. Definitely home zoo, definitely. That would be pretty cool. I think actually, Jay, I sent you the details the other day. I think your missus got back to me because you were live streaming on Insta. Get a diesel car, they don't break down in the cold. I've got a diesel van. work has, and that has done 202,000 miles, and it's just starting to get a bit sluggish when you turn the key when it's on the minus. If I get up in the morning and it's around sort of 2 or 3 degrees, it will start. But if it's at 0 or below, does anybody know? We still got to wear face masks everywhere, or
I don't.
or has he lifted them? No, I don't.
I had someone come in today to work and said, "Oh, why are you wearing face masks? You don't need to wear face masks anymore." I was like, "Why? I'm going to stop wearing them. You know, ugly mug like you going to come in and breathe all over me." So,
I don't feel like I can breathe properly in them.
Yeah. Well, we had someone come in today because they've changed all the rules. If you don't have COVID, but someone in your house has COVID and you tested negative and you've been double jabbed, you can go to work. Well, this person I work with, 4 family members got ill yesterday with COVID, so she came in. Now her mum's also, who also works there, has got ill, who's dropped her off to work, has COVID, and she's come in today. And it's like, well, at that point, I would stay at home if I was me. But yeah, so maybe I've got
it's going forward, isn't it? Boris is just a puppet, but the people that make the decisions have got to make decisions. And unfortunately, at the moment, you know, people aren't spending money where they used to. So the government ain't making what they used to, and they need to make more. And COVID's just took a good chunk of their money off them. Hence, I mean, in the middle of COVID, Coventry was inundated with average speed cameras, just fucking all over fucking Coventry, just to try and get the extra money up, you know.
Jesus. Yeah, I like to kiss all my customers just to give them a friendly peck on the lips, just so they can go about their day. I can't do that anymore. Get in trouble.
Yeah, so he's got to move it forward. I think everybody has now realised that COVID, even with injections and boosters and more boosters coming up, it ain't going to go nowhere. You know, even the Omicron variant, that's now changed. There's a new Omicron variant out, so there'll be another booster for that. I'll tell you what, before long, when you're born, you're going to be having like a litre of injections into you in the first week. But if you don't have them, then what happens then? This is what's annoyed me a bit, because if you don't have your injections, they're almost making it really hard for you to do anything.
Yep.
So they're putting you in a position where you have to. But then for the people that are all like, oh well, you know, it's got government mind control in these injections, I don't believe that for 1 second. And for everybody that's saying, yeah, but what's in these? It's like, well, you never asked what was in your tetanus. You never asked what was in all your other injections that you've had in your life, or, you know.
Yeah.
It's like if the booster only lasts 8 weeks, says James, yeah, that's a bit pointless.
Yeah, that is. I didn't think it was that short. It's like I caught it when just before I had my first one. So that was back when, because I'm that age bracket. And then after that, you know, you go to the hospital. I was like, do I need it? They're like, no. But if you want to do anything, just get it.
Get it, yeah.
It can affect you. Okay.
You see, I had my first injection in April because of my age, and then my second injection I had in December because Tara, she had her first injection, then she had a second injection, and where she had that injection, she had them both in the same place, and it's slightly magnetic, so small pieces of metal will now stick to her arm. It still does, and I was very much like, I don't like the idea of that. So I never did, but then our lad, he managed to get he gave like 2 positive COVID tests, and then the actual proper one come back negative. But because I went double jabbed, I had to isolate, so I lost time off work. And then my mum's in her 70s, and she said to me, she went, Scott, if you don't get double jabbed and protect yourself, you can't come visit. So I was like, that Saturday, just went and got it done. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, all right, mum, done. Yeah, Jamie caught COVID on this channel. On the Home Zoo Live, he actually tested positive. But then over Christmas, while I was off, I mean, Tara will tell you, I mean, I had a cold and it was really, really bad. I did a couple of tests that were negative, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna send off, get the pack while I'm off work, do it anyway, and I did, and I'm still waiting for the test results. You know, 6 weeks later, didn't get a text, didn't get a message, didn't get an email, didn't get nothing.
That happened to me right at the start of all this. When I was working, I had to sleep on sleep because I thought I had something. Did the test, called them up, you know, a couple of weeks later because I hadn't heard anything. You know, this is ridiculous. And they're like, oh yeah, well, it might not come. You just wait the 10-day isolation period, and you'll be fine. And that was it. It's just. Well, I don't understand. Why did they not monetize the app they made for all this track and trace stuff? Why didn't they slap a lot of ads over it? I wouldn't care. You know, we don't pay for them. We just look at them. That would have made a bit of money. Didn't do
that. Sir William Wallace. I can't find Scorpio Murius, but I found Vageus Confucius, which is that one, which is very similar looking. That's in the spider shop.
Is that the devil's one? Something devil tail, something 3 stripes.
Yellow devil scorpion, I think it is.
Yeah, I've had that one before.
There's that place, and then well, a lot of the scorpions aren't coming in because of Brexit.
They come in waves, though. That's the thing. They, you know, sometimes of the year can't get enough of them, and then other times there's so many of them.
Cave claw scorpions in at Venomous Visions, Selenius. Yeah, Venomous Visions ain't got them. Apart from that, you're pretty much stuck. Unless, Sir William Wallace, you are anywhere near Ashford, we've got the Ashford show on Sunday. If you've got Jamie on Facebook or Instagram, give him a message and he can forward you the details what I sent to him. They could possibly, a seller might have them at that show. The person I asked is actually not in chat.
I'll have to get going in a minute. It's bedtime.
Sorry?
So I'll have to get going in a minute. It's bedtime.
It's not bedtime.
It is bedtime because I still got work to do. And I got gym tomorrow. Not that gym.
Hi, honey. You're doing gym tomorrow?
No, not that gym.
First time I heard of that. All right. Tell me when and where.
I was just about to say, she's definitely got a little soft spot. I can see it in her eyes. She does it every time. She's got a little look.
Sorry, cocoa content is not strong enough. That's more like
the only thing with Ellie, you've got to be like swung like an elephant.
Oh, I'll just fight a couple beehives. I'll look like
that. You got those scorpions, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Although I don't react to scorpions, I've been stung by I've been got by a scorpion before, and it didn't affect me in any way. So you're right.
I've come close to getting stung by a scorpion, but never been tagged by one. I know Peter Webster did on one of his unboxings, he managed to get stung on the chest, and he didn't even batter an eyelid. But I think that man's just insensitive to pain. I
mean, he's a god of people, so definitely. Oh, what was that? As it's a scorpion. No.
Hi guys, back for a little bit making food, says Reese. Oh, food. Oh, we had a McDonald's as well.
We
You
had
had McDonald's.
and cabbage, and then I finished it off with a big fat yogurt.
Leah says, Jim, as always, you have been amazing. I love your setups.
That's fine, Leah. You can divorce me. It's fine.
I mean, I am single.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm okay with that too. I can be a bit of a side hustle.
I don't need accessories.
I do have a fly river turtle though. So.
Ellie sorts herself out.
I don't even need to sort myself out. I got my own service. So.
Funny.
It's weekly admission.
He pays 20 quid and that's it. Twice a week. Gets a free cup of posh tea.
He does get posh
just
tea.
Huh? Your tea is just tanned fish tank water with a bit of bulkwood in it. Chuck a leaf in. No, that's what I used to do to breed bloody tetras. Right.
Tetras and plecos are like just dirty water.
Yeah,
chuck a bit of water. Yeah,
leafy water, puddle water.
Bit of brackish water. Away they go.
Yummy.
Well, Michael says got caught by a giant flat rock in the corner of the nail, but wasn't too bad. Just numbness feeling.
I
said, sorry, Jim, I'm married, and also I'd squish you. he might be into that.
Yeah, I'll take on Terry as well.
He might like a bit of pancaking, and he's a mistress. Don't worry about Robbie. We'll be all right with Robbie. He won't mind.
Yeah, Robbie will join in.
yeah, definitely. He'll sit in the wardrobe with it like that. Don't tell Terry or Robbie.
Oh, here we go. You look like Ed Sheeran, mate. Surely.
I still say more James Blunt.
I was in a relationship fairly recently, so don't feel sorry for me.
Oh, I don't feel.
What? No. With a human or a turtle?
It was a what do you call it? My hand. No. It was a woman. So.
You know Rob so well, Scott.
It was a woman.
It was with a woman.
Only one?
Only one.
Yeah. It's the classic, oh yeah, she goes to the other school sort of thing, isn't it? I think I'll get in trouble if she went to a school at my age. No.
I'm still in school. I'm older than you.
Oh, that's true. Do you have a uniform?
No.
Oh, okay. Everyone there.
Cheers for the look around, Jim. Stunning animals. Cheers, Scott and Ellie. Thanks, James.
Cheers, James.
Thanks.
Next Tuesday is Dave's Little Beasties, and he has to come back on again because he wants to talk about humidity. He said it's quite an interesting subject. He's seen the video with the scorpions where I'm trying to get the humidity up with a bottle.
And with humidity,
which are made like it's not a mistake. It's just like, why the fuck didn't I think of that? It's Lizzie. Nana's got bags of inverts and more. She messaged, and in there, I've got an upside down bottle like this, caps off, tops open, and then that goes down to the clay balls. Pour water in, water goes all over the clay balls, comes up through the soil, right? And I was saying anything can drop in it. So for inverts, other than scorpions, it's a bad idea because they could climb up, go inside, unless you get a mesh. And then you've got to hide it. And I was coming up with like ideas for hiding it. Lizzie was like, Scott, this is what I do. She's cut hers that way. And she went, look, you just undo the top, pour the water in, close it, and then put the substrate back over it. I was like, dickhead. Why did I not think about that? I was just like, wow, that's just smashed it then, isn't it? Literally. You can't see it because it's hidden. Nothing's going to fall in it because the lid's on it. I was just like, oh, you plonk.
Scott's a plonk donk, and he only just
Plonk donk.
plonk donk.
I hope as everybody's like disappearing, I hope you're giving the stream a like. Got one dislike, which is cool. I've not had one of those for a while. So my mate must be back. I didn't have a dislike for ages, and I was literally like, where's my disliker? I wonder if they're ill or something. I wonder if they got COVID. I hope they're all right. We're all human, Scott says Annie. Oh no, it's just one of those things. Do the whole video, release it, and then I was like, literally on video call, I was like, ah, shit, that's how you do it. So I might have to do like another video going over. Well, I don't really know if I should go over it. I should just go, look, Lizzie does it like this. Bump, bump, job done. Oh, there she is. Nana's got bags of inverts and reptiles. Lizzie has got loads of hints and tips. But yeah, Dave wants to come back on next week and have another chat. What we got? I got you, Ellie. Michael says, if Ed Sheeran was a cat.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, I've never been caught Ed Sheeran before. I can't play the guitar to save my life, so.
Let's go over it in the live stream with Dave when he comes on. Certainly will. I certainly will. Dave's got a different view to the clay balls than what I have. He kind of says they're more for overspill. But then when he comes on, there's a few things that I don't do the same way as he does, and he don't do the same way as I do, and it still works. Oh, Night Reese, thank you for joining, mate.
Hey, that's my. The cat was attacking my butt.
Hopefully get the haircut as well by Sunday. Might trim the beard back a little bit. Tara's like, chain it off. She wants it like back. Like that. I'm like, no. Just have it shaved and shaped. And I need the mohawk putting in again. It's disappearing.
Yeah, I need to have a tuna.
Yeah. Those pics you sent me earlier, Ellie, you definitely need a shave.
Blimey.
I know. She sends them to Tara first. She always does.
Blimey.
My phone's full of dick pics from Anton. Hers is full of all these pictures from Leah and Ellie. I think they've sent each other tit pics in the past.
I'm jealous. Is she doing good, you know?
Yeah, I'm not included in that group chat.
You're dying.
What do you want for?
Yeah, I think we'll end the stream pretty soon. Tara's been down the emergency doctors this evening, so I want to go make sure she's all right.
I sat on it, you idiot.
Yeah, you tell it like it understands. You know what I mean? See
I
that?
just moved just a tiny bit, and the shit bag went under my butt. I sat on the cat.
Oh, I hope it doesn't poo in your shoe. For that.
Stop abusing your pussy.
You, get.
Yeah, get.
Here, have a Salem. Salem is a nice kitty. You sure? Nice kitty. You just attack my...
Yeah, that's right, Annie. She says we all got our own little ways. That works for us. Where is Robbie tonight? Actually, he's not popped in the live.
It's because he's busy with...
I haven't inboxed him actually because he come on last week, and I took the piss out of him just as a laugh. But then afterwards, I gave him a massive shout out and what have you, and it was like I think he'd gone by then. I was like, oh shit. He's another one of those channels though that just don't get enough attention, and it's difficult. It's so hard to get the attention that some of the channels out there actually deserve.
Well, the algorithm prefers all those crazy, whoa, look at me, watch me get bitten by something. Look at me chuck a harpoon at a snake. Those sort of people. That's the problem.
There is a lot of handling of old worlds on TikTok seems to be the in thing to do, and it's completely fucking stupid.
Oh, you understand why he's tired now, Annie.
He was here. He went home late. That's why Annie disappeared for 3 minutes, and then, but I'm back now.
That was fast. Who lasts 3 minutes?
It's Robbie, isn't it? What do you mean? That's fast. That's quite a good going. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I could barely even get my trousers off in time.
I'd be pulling my hair out if I only had to deal with.
Ellie's like, after 2 minutes, I'm sat drinking my posh tea.
What? No, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Hell no! It needs to be like longer than that, way longer. I need at least minimum of half a day, 6 hours minimum. That's not full like that, but it's got to have a whole preparation going on.
Yeah, you got to have.
Yeah. We have a lunch break.
You got to have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a beforehand.
Yeah.
A bit of stimuli.
Normally the £100 payment normally does that.
20 quid in Coventry.
And you get some with it.
And one of the mods deal with that dickhead that's just come in chat, please.
Oh, it's already been taken care of by Leah.
Yeah.
I wasn't fast enough.
I have got some fucking... I had your channel as background music, Scott. That's fine, Annie. Next time you and Robbie get it on, just message me, and I can send you like a voiceover, and I'll just go like, Bracket Palma, Teliti Cato, Palithi area. You say it how you say it. Andrew Smith says you say it how you say it, and that's how you say it.
Unless it's the wrong way of saying it, and then it's not how you say it.
Unless you're saying the wrong fucking genus completely, then yeah.
Unless you're calling it when it's not silliness now.
For ages, I kept saying Phomictopus as Pamphobetus. I kept getting it mixed up. I specifically wanted a Pamphobetus. Got totally confused on the spider shop and ended up with a Phomictopus.
You'll hear me every now and again. I'll go, that's a Peoratus, because I forget if it's a Phomictopus or a Pamphobetes. I'll just go, that's Peoratus.
Just go, oh, that's a T, that is. That's a T.
I don't like the nickname T, but
No?
I hate Spoods. It's just
why?
spood. It's not even a short. It's not even shorter than spiders, is it? You might as well say spider if you're going to say spood. The whole point of a nickname is it's shortened.
I just either call them by their species name or their common name, or if it's that complicated, I'll be like, you know, this one, Tarantula.
It's when somebody asks you the name of the tarantula and like you're chatting to them and you can't pronounce it or say it for love nor money, but you've said it in a video because in the video somebody sent you a voice note and you were saying it over and over again, and then you took 20 edits, but eventually you managed to edit it and it sounded bang on, but then you can never say it again. Got a few of those.
Oh, Buffalo Balls is back.
Do I need to mute that twat again?
He's mute enough, isn't he?
Actually, Dale, is Sir William Wallace still in the chat? He's after a Scorpio Murius, but couldn't find one for sale anywhere. I looked at Spider Shop, ain't got them. Venomous Visions ain't got them. Dale's literally, Jim, the Scorpion King. You need to know anything about scorpions.
Oh, yeah. Do you still have them though? I thought he got rid of them.
Yeah, he's still got loads.
Okay.
I'm not putting that one up, Michael.
Did he send you the drilling one? Yeah.
I fucked a hot babe last night. That one.
I haven't got that one. I got
Nah. Then underneath it says she had a huge dick.
I don't have any available at the moment.
No, I didn't mean you, Dale. I mean like one of the online shops. Could always try Bugs UK. I forgot about them. They might.
Dale's taking forever to bring me my honey.
They'll take no. It's because it's food. You got no chance. All right, guys. I think we're going to end the stream, and yeah, go home.
All right. Bedtime.
If you've been here since the start, thank you so much. Remember to pop over to Jim's and give him a subscription and watch some of his content as well as giving him a subscription. And then obviously, you know, check out the TikToks as well. That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
What's
Cheers.
your
Thanks for
problem?
having me on.
Yeah.
And we shall see everybody next week. See you later.
Bye.
Night, everybody. Such a bell end, he says.